always need to be adjusting these things. Actually, wait, I figured this out the other day. Yes, Daphne, you're next. Oh my god. Hold on, I started the live before I was ready. Actually, that's not too bad. So much dog food. So much dog food. You guys eat so damn much. Wait, I didn't even feed the puppies yet. Oh my god. I have enough food for you guys. I think I made this yesterday. So I'm blending up the dog food. I got my new blender. It's a real blender, not just like this little tiny ass one. So we're gonna blend up the food. For the dogs because I'm gonna run out of food for them today. It's perfect timing. Maybe their food's supposed to be delivered today. I'm not sure. I should probably check that. It'll be here either today or tomorrow. But I got this in the meantime. Okay, so we have a request up already. Perfect. Anthony, you were here the other day. Are you a child?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate animals.
You sound like an adult. You're over,
I'm 30.
You're over 18? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So, if you don't hate animals, are you
vegan? I don't hate
vegan?
animals.
So you're vegan?
No, I'm not vegan.
So how are you
It's
not vegan and how are you not vegan and not hate animals?
Sure, so for example, I have 3 dogs, 2 cats. I love them more than anything.
So you love some animals?
Because I love them, I don't. Correct.
But you hate other animals?
Correct. No, I don't have hatred towards them. No.
If I said that, if I said that I loved women, and then I was like, well, I love my sister and my mom, but you know, I eat other women. Does that like sound like I really love women in general, or just some women?
I refuse to engage in extremist hypotheticals.
Well, it's not really too extreme. It's the same thing you just said about animals. So what if I said the same thing about my dogs? What if I said I love my dogs, but then I go to the grocery store and buy dogs? There's nothing you can do
to make us stop eating meat, faggot.
Yeah, you are just a troll. So I used to have a pet turkey I raised from a little tiny turkey. Like I didn't know where she came from. I was young. My dad got them. We had a bunch of birds. We had chickens and stuff too. But we got them to take care of them. We didn't get them to eat them. You know, I loved those birds. And we had ducks, we had peacocks, we had a whole bunch of different kinds of birds. But yeah, I loved that turkey. But then like on Thanksgiving, I would sometimes eat a little bit of turkey or something like that. Like I used to eat turkey a lot until I had a relationship with a turkey like that. And then I was like, wait, this is weird. I'm not going to do this anymore. But it never really clicked with all the other animals until I was like way older, unfortunately. But yeah, I wouldn't tell myself that I loved turkeys and then, you know, I only really loved one turkey. So I think that guy's a little confused. What's up, Brett? What's up, Allison? What's up, ADV? Country girl. You're next. Is this too loud? Can you still hear me okay? Or should I not do that, like, next to my phone? I probably shouldn't.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's not too bad. Maybe I'll move it a little bit further over. That's definitely a lot louder. So, do you hate animals? Do you hate animals?
I do not. I love animals. I love animals more than people.
You love animals more than you love people?
Yes.
I feel the same way towards some animals and some
I
people.
just recently lost a dog of mine, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's been a week, but she was a puppy of my other dog, but at least I still have her.
Yeah. That's nice.
But other than my children and my husband, I love animals more than I do people.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of humans are assholes, really, you know?
Exactly right. You know how people say, like, oh, animals are bad? Like, it depends on the person that's raising the animal. Like, animals can sense, like, if you're a bad person or not. And it depends on what kind of animals, what kind of person is raising the animal. But, like, if
Wait a
you're
minute.
abusing an animal, you're a scum of the earth.
You said it depends on what kind of animal, so what does that mean?
I said it depends on what kind of person.
I thought before that I thought you said it depends on the animal. So you just
No.
mean like how the animal was raised or
Like, if a person, what I meant by that is like, right.
You cut out for a second. Oh, you're gone. Yeah, so I think I kind of understand what she was saying. Oh, there was like a whole block of tofu. The tofu was frozen yesterday when I put it in here. So I put the whole block in there, now I gotta blend it up. Put a little more in here. Do we have another guest? I don't know what happened with that last guest. I'm forgetting the timer too. We're putting the timer on. We're only doing five-minute conversations. So why do you hate animals?
I hate animals because I think they're foolish. I think I don't like how low IQ they are. I think if they evolve to be a little
Whoa.
smarter, well, I mean, you know, some animals are okay. You know, humans they're somewhat okay.
Humans are dumb though.
Yeah, no, I fucking hate humans. I can't say that.
So do you love pigs? Do you love dogs? Do you love pigs?
Dogs, I do love dogs very, very, very much, but they're still dumb and stupid. But humans are even like.
What about pigs though? Do you like pigs? Or do you hate pigs?
Well, I've never met a pig. I couldn't really say.
Do you eat pigs?
Absolutely. But I'm trying to stop because that's kind of slop. Like, they're mostly fat. And there's like, even if it's like the muscly parts, like there's no nutrition. So, like, I don't know why people like bacon and, oh my God, like,
Well,
pork chops, like, no.
I'm not really here to talk
There's no
about
point.
nutrition. I'm here to talk about why people hate animals. So, like, do you think that when you're eating an animal like that's like a hateful action?
Oh, absolutely not, no.
No. Do you think it's a loving action
Unless
to
you're
hate?
just like a fucking kinky weirdo and you're like eating them just because you ate them. You're like, I'm gonna fucking devour you. I mean, look at the donor party. You know, sometimes people eat other people. It's not because they hate them, but like, you know, they just need something to eat. That's the way it goes. Down and
Yeah, but if you have an option like to eat something else that doesn't have an experience
yeah, but I
of
know,
life.
yeah, I've heard that a million times. I understand. We're not all rich. Like, we don't have parents with a trust fund to give us. Like, we can't afford a full vegan diet, bro. I'm sorry to tell you, we're not all as rich as you.
I'm broke. I'm poor. I save money eating a vegan diet. But vegan's not a diet. But all the choices that you make that are vegan, you can save money in general. So if you need to budget better, you should probably just eat a more plant-based diet anyway, or just be
God, no,
vegan.
you can get like 150 eggs for like $12. You can get like 5 pounds of ground beef for $20. Go to your mind, bro.
So-
That's everything you need right there.
Yeah, but you can get like a can of like beans for like less than $1.
Yeah, but
pennies.
then you're cutting off like fucking over half of the vitamins and all the earnings that it's good to have. You don't need, I guess, but you certainly should be having.
That's not true. If you really care about some certain things that you get in meat, you can just like take get them a different way.
$15 supplement or buy go to Whole Foods and spend $30 on a bunch of kale. Like, bro, I don't know what you think is going on here. A bunch of kale or something?
Yeah, sure, kale's good
You
for
would
you.
have to eat like fucking 5 different plants just to get the same, take 2 capsules of some random supplement just to equate to what you would get out of like ground beef.
Supplements are cheap. It's cheaper. So like let's just say it could be cheaper or it can be the same amount of money. You can get all your nutrition spending the same amount of money buying plants instead of animals. So why are you paying for animals to be, tortured and killed and exploited?
Well, because it's more convenient.
So it's convenience, yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason. There's no but. It's just
No,
it's
it is a
more
but
convenient.
because
That's
the
answer.
convenience you're talking
I
about
just gave
is.
you the answer. You asked me a question. You got the answer. You don't get
Yeah.
to fucking go.
I hear you. I'm just responding to what you said. Okay. The real convenience is like you said. Like maybe you have to get a couple more products at the grocery store. Maybe you have to walk down a different aisle. Maybe you have to grab a couple of things off the shelf instead of going and grabbing one thing off the shelf. That's really the difference in convenience.
Yeah, and then you have to kind of keep your eye out to make sure that they all add up to that same price or less.
Right, yeah. It's a little bit of a learning curve. Like it might be a little bit more inconvenient at first, but then once you know, and then it's just like normal.
When you know, you know. When
Right.
you know, you like Lana Del Rey, bro?
What? Are you singing a song?
Yeah, it's called Margaret. This guy
Oh.
needs to shut the fuck up. Holy shit.
Are you blending something like me?
No, it's some illegal blowing leaves.
Blowing leaves. Okay. Our countdown's done. Are you gonna look into the information, learn a little bit more? I have some information on the screen there.
What shall I look into? Let's see here. Animal Justice 21. No,
Okay.
see, you said something earlier, like you slipped it in and thought I would let you get away with it. Vegan is 100% a diet. Just because you do it, because you like.
It's not a diet, bro. All right, we're gonna move on to the next person. Thank you for coming up. A diet is a big part of it. A diet is about 90% of the 90% of the exploitation of animals is turning animals into food. 90%. 90% of that 90% is animals turned into meat. So yeah, diet is a big part of it. What you eat is a big part of it. But when you call it just a diet, you're taking away from the other 10% of the animals that are exploited for other products. But you can follow a plant-based diet and not be vegan, right? Being vegan just means that you don't view animals as objects. You view them as subjects, like they are. Like they have their own experiences, right? It's like a flip. It's like a switch you flip in your head, and you're like, wait a minute. These animals aren't here for us to just use them for whatever we want. Like, it's kind of a weird position, but like I said, you can follow a plant-based diet for your health, for the environment, but if you're still viewing animals as objects with other choices that you make, then you're not vegan. We have a decent amount of guests requesting up. Who was that? I hit the button, I didn't read your name. You got 2 seconds to come in. 2, 1, 0. All right, next. Cool boy. Cool Boy. Are you still here? Let me say hi to some other people. What's up, 30X? Raven. What's up, Taiwan? Animal Protection. John. Meebo's here. What's up, Meebo? All right, we'll go to the next person. They're not here. Alex, there's several people requesting if you want to skip in front of everybody else, you can send like a Rose or something, and you'll jump ahead of everybody. Speaking of Rose, she went with her mom this morning, and she didn't notice that I painted her nails yet. So I'm sure she'll notice while they're out, and she's gonna probably come back and be like, "Oh my God, her nails." And it was already chipping off a little bit this morning, so they didn't look the best, but they were still pretty cute. Aiden, are you still here? Looks like it. You were here the other day, weren't you?
Yeah,
What's up, Aiden? How are you doing?
not too bad. I was just like scrolling past and I heard you say about how you supplement vitamin D3, right?
Supplement? Yeah, vitamin D. Yeah, actually, last time I did my the last couple times I did my blood test, my vitamin D was one of the lowest things that I needed to improve on. So yeah, I got a supplement. I've been taking the supplement a little bit, not every day, but like when I remember.
Like just in the capsules from the store.
Yeah, they're vegan capsules.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because most of the time vitamin D3 is derived from sheep's wool.
Yeah, you gotta try to get the vegan ones. So, but it's not too hard.
Lichen derivative.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. Sounds like you are too. So, if you need to take those supplements, you would look for the vegan option, right?
No.
No. So why do you hate sheep? Why do you hate animals?
I think connecting eating animals and hate is two separate sort of things.
Well, could somebody eat you and say that they love you, or not hate you?
No.
Like you don't even have to love animals, right? Like leaving them alone isn't like a loving thing to do. But turning them into food or a jacket or something when you have other options, I think that's a pretty hateful action. Do you agree?
I think it's more of a survival, like money, like the way capitalist society is structured, even communist, or like basically every society
Well, when you go
is
to
structured so that people.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. When you go to a grocery store, you're not like in a survival situation. You have other options.
Yeah, obviously, but like that wasn't really my point. My point was like people need to survive in an economy, and when an economy is structured like this, it doesn't really matter how your feelings are. People still want to make money and are still going to sell product. Doesn't matter if you consume it or not. There's still other people that are going to consume it.
All right, everyone. Whenever somebody says that, I have a resource that I share in the comments here, so you can check this out and see your impact. You make a difference.
I already know
Where? What country are you from?
Australia.
Australia. I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly how many animals it is. It's over 200 animals. I'm pretty sure though.
All Australians eat around 150 kilos of meat a year, on average.
Yeah. Somebody go to that site and look up Australia. You can just click on it. You can search it. It'll tell you how many animals on average one person in Australia is responsible for.
It's like 350 pounds of meat per person. Around there.
Yeah, so you're just talking about the meat. I'm talking about the individuals, right? So it's hundreds of animals. Hundreds of animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sort of, the amount of weight. 1/10 of a cow.
It's what? It's like one cow? Is that what you said?
Like 1/10 of a cow per person.
Yeah, 1/10. Yeah. That's pretty accurate. But you're forgetting about all the other animals. It's mainly fish and chicken. Fish and chicken are like,
Yeah.
you know, everybody eats fish and chicken,
But I'm
unfortunately.
just like putting into perspective.
And basically, every time you eat a fish or a chicken, you're eating the whole fish or the chicken. Like every time you eat fish or a chicken, one individual is being killed.
Yeah,
Right.
but I wouldn't. Would you equivalate the morality of it to the one individual animal or the amount of meat consumed?
It's about the
Because
individuals.
you can,
It's about the individuals. So like,
yeah,
you know, even
so,
when you're
but-
eating 1/10 of a cow, you're still responsible for one cow. You know what I mean? You can't just eat 1/10 of a cow and not be responsible for
So-
killing a cow.
So is it worse to eat 1/10 of a cow or to eat 300 chickens?
I mean, when you don't have to eat either of them, I think they're both like just as bad. They're all
Yeah,
individuals,
but-
right? So why are you choosing either of them? You can just eat plants instead.
So is a murderer, like someone who murders one person, worse than a serial killer who murders like 30 people?
I mean, to the victim, to those individuals, I don't think that one person or that one cow, like, I don't think they really care. You know what I mean? They want to just live themselves. So, but you're probably doing both of those things, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's a systemic sort of thing that you're trying to fight against here. Change, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, sure. There's, you know, I do a bunch of different things to try to change the system and to try to help individuals change. But like, I'm here talking to you right now. So why are you not vegan? You have other options. Why are you not vegan? Why do you hate animals?
Wait, I want to speak. Moxie said, well, I think there's obviously a species and rationality difference. Well, most.
Yeah, it's called
You agree.
speciesist. If you think there's
Yeah,
a difference, we treat animals differently because of the species that they were born, not because of how, you know, the individual that they are.
Yeah,
It's day 2 of Animal Justice 21. If you want to learn more about speciesism and sentience, they're literally the first 2 days of Animal Justice 21. So, do you have anything else to say? We're gonna move on to the next person.
no, mate. Have a nice day.
Yep, you too. Learn more, make better decisions. There's several people requesting up if you guys want to come up. In front of everybody else, send a rose or something like that. You can jump ahead of everybody. Looks like some of these people aren't here anymore. Do you want to go outside? Why are you barking at me? They're hungry. They just want this food. Marcus, you're next. Are you here? Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I don't hate animals.
You don't hate animals?
Absolutely not. I love my kitty cats.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I love cats.
I've got 2 of the little rotten things. They're fantastic.
Nice. Here, look, you might like this. I have this mug. I just drank my coffee this morning in this little mug. It says, "Life is hard." It's a cat, like somebody trying to walk their cat, and the cat's just like laying.
I see that.
It's
I
cute.
see that. I do think there's a lot of animal mistreatment out there, though.
Yeah. Do you think when we're mistreating these animals, that's hateful?
I think in some cases it certainly is.
How can you mistreat an animal and it not be hateful?
If it's done unintentionally, I don't think it's hateful. But, you know, if you have like 25 dogs and you're running a dog farm and you don't feed them or give them water, then yeah, that's pretty hateful. But like if you've gotten, because I got a rescue cat that came from a person who became shoot terminal, and
Yeah.
she couldn't take care of the cat anymore, and the cat was very very weak by the time we got it. I don't think that was hateful. She certainly didn't hate it. She just couldn't do anything about it and didn't have anybody to turn to.
Yeah, I agree. There was actually a case like that here recently. A lady she was a breeder. She was breeding mini dachshunds, the little wiener dogs, and she got sick and she wasn't able to take care of them anymore. And unfortunately, she didn't really reach out for help right away.
Yeah.
And she had like 30 dogs, and they were all like, it was almost like a little hoarding situation. They were pooping everywhere. She wasn't able to keep it clean, and they were. I think they were fed okay, but like, she wasn't able to take care of them as well. So
yeah, that's sad.
Yeah, it sucks when that happens. Like, she's not doing it intentionally, right?
Yeah, right. That's kind of what I was getting at. But I mean, people who mistreat their animals just shouldn't have animals, and I think they should be treated the same way they treated their animals.
Right. So let's move over to like farm animals. What do you think about like cows and chickens and ducks?
Well, I think they should be treated humanely, but
Me too.
I still think they're food.
How do you humanely turn an animal into food when you don't need to?
Well, it's not a matter of need. It's our custom. We've grown up this way. This is how our society has evolved, and we've always eaten meat. And I personally, I don't have any empathy for the cow or the pig or the frog. They're bred for food. They're bred for that purpose.
Well, that some people breed cats and dogs for food. So, do you think that we should show empathy to them?
In other countries, yeah, and hopefully not here, but yeah, I don't. I couldn't personally eat a cat or a dog. That's just, if you give it a name, that's a different step. If it's cow number 53, to me that's a little different. I mean, I've been out to Texas where it's wall-to-wall cattle on the west side of Texas, and I mean, when I look out there, I see, an element of the food chain, and that's probably my own short-sightedness. I'll grant you that.
Yeah, I was the same way. Are you open to like learning more about why we treat animals differently like that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, so like think about it like this. Like, what if the dog's name was number 53, Like, you, when you look at them, would you see them as an individual, or would you see them as just as an object?
Well, I hate to be honest, but I'd probably see it as an object because I'm not really a dog person, but cats are different for me. Just because I don't know, and I'm not saying one is better than the other. It's personal preference.
Yeah, but think about it from the position of the animal, right? Like, think about if your cat was in that position. Your cat would want people, to view them as they are, not try to, change who they are to just to benefit us, right? We make these decisions to benefit us, to make it look like, they're just cows. They're not like, that's not an individual cow. It's just a group of cows that's like food, We tell ourselves these things so we don't see them as individuals.
That's true.
Yeah, you sound very open-minded. I appreciate you coming up. Will you check out Animal Justice 21 and come back in a couple of days after you do the first couple of days and let me know how it's going?
Okay.
All right, awesome. Thanks. We're going to try to find some more open-minded people like you.
All right. Have a good day, man.
You too. Yeah, give me a follow, and I'll follow you back.
Fair enough. Done.
Awesome. See you, Marcus. That was a good conversation. Let's bring up the next person here. You. is not here. What's up, AP? What's up, Broccoli? Joshua. Do you condone stabbing animals? Don't do that. Oxford. Are you here, Oxford? What's up? Not Morgan. What's up? Morgan. You guys are both here again. Why is it doing that? Is it too full? I think I might have made it too full. All right, we need some more requests. We only have like, oh shit. All right, we have no more requests. There was a couple people in there, but now they're gone. So if you request up, you can come right up right now. Tell me why you hate animals. I can't get this out of here. I'm glad you guys can't see what I'm doing because I'm doing some really stupid things. I'm trying to do two things at once. I tried to scoop the stuff out of there and I had the scoop turned around the wrong way, so I'm like scooping it out with the bottom. And then I'm trying to stick it in here when it clearly doesn't fit. It's kind of funny. Kind of funny. All the dogs settled down. That should be enough. ADV's over here now. Nice. Faith, you're up next. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Okay, so I'm trying to come at this from a place of understanding because I've always been very against like veganism or like not eating animals. So like for me, it's like I can't understand why some people want to give it up. Like yes, more animals are life, but like if humans weren't eating animals, like say we all just stopped, like animals would just be roaming the earth freely and you'd really have no control over them.
Well, that's not true. We can still like control, the environment and stuff, and have wild animals. All these animals that we exploit, we breed them into existence. We create them. It's not like the population of these animals would increase. If we all stopped eating these animals and exploiting them, the population would decrease.
So you think it's exploiting them to like eat them and stuff?
Yeah, of course it is. You can't eat an animal. You can't turn them into a product without exploiting them. That's basically what it means.
Okay. So, like, what made, like, I know, how long have you been, like, not eating animals? Like, how long has it been since you...
A couple years.
Yeah. Couple years, okay. So, like, you're pretty, like, dead set on, like, this at this point.
Yeah, of course. I've been an activist for, like, a couple years as well. I immediately went vegan and was like, wait, why did nobody explain this to me before? Why did I not take the time to look into this? I want to find people that were like me, that were I considered myself an open-minded person. I considered myself somebody who didn't hate animals, but I was ignorant and I was doing pretty hateful things to these animals. So that's why I'm here, trying to find people that I wish myself today talked to myself back then, right? Had one of these conversations, and I would have went vegan a lot sooner.
I think for me, there's several reasons why, like, I could, but it'd be, like, I have very low iron, and, like, I know there's stuff I could eat that's, like, vegan and stuff, but, like...
Do you take a supplement? Why don't you just take an iron supplement? It's super cheap. And
for some reason, every time I take an iron supplement, I end up getting super sick. And it, like, has a reverse effect on my body. It's like I have to get this supplement from, like, food. it's a weird thing, and I've tried it multiple times, and it just doesn't work out. And I think for me, like I've also like when I was like stopped eating meat, I didn't eat enough to like sustain myself.
Right. Yeah. So do you need somebody to kind of help you with like meal plans and learning about
so, like,
what
I
food?
know all about like the meal plans and stuff. It's like that. Like I just can't get my like I'm not a picky eater, but like I have food aversions and stuff.
Sure.
And for me,
sure.
a lot of it is just like a mind game.
Yeah, of course.
And I also don't think, like, for me, it's for me. But, like, kudos to anybody who is. Like, I'm not going to sit here and judge. It's kind of like, just like I know, like, you have your thoughts about me eating meat, but you're not going to, like, sit there and be like, oh, you're a horrible person. Like, everything you do is wrong. Like, you might not agree with something I do, but you're not going to, you know?
Yeah, I don't know everything you do. You might be a really good person, except for the fact that you exploit animals, you know? I'm here to try to support people. I'm not here to like really try to knock people down for the
And
decisions
you are
they
actually
make.
a much better. There, I don't know if you've seen her. I forget the one who does all these vegan lives, but she always like she wants to get her point across so bad, and she wants to debate people. But the moment anybody starts talking, she hops in and like is like, "Well, you're a horrible person. You're a horrible person." All of this, and she never listens to anybody. But it's like she wants to debate, but only one-sided.
Yeah, I think if you, I'm not here to debate. It's not really a debate. Animals they have a desire to live, and they want to be happy and free. So like that's not up for debate. I don't think you're a horrible person if you don't really know better. You're just kind of ignorant. But that's why the resource is here. This is your sign to learn more about it. This is the place you can go to learn more about it. And if you go here and you see these things and you learn more about it, and then you still decide to exploit animals, then yeah, I think that is kind of makes you a bad person at that point.
I think for me, it's like it wouldn't be like something where I would stop cold turkey. It would be something I would kind of have to like do gradually. Okay, I do this for one meal. Like let's cut out the meat, kind of substitute. Let's like regular, not do it for like cold turkey. Because then automatically I'm gonna want to go back to my ways. I've done that with like certain foods before. Like I just have to find like healthier alternatives and like ways to like I don't think like I would go vegan. I think I would go vegetarian first, as like an introduction.
Yeah, that's kind of similar to like any other injustices. Like if women didn't have rights, and you were like fighting for women's rights, you were like, oh, I don't really agree with this. Women should have rights, but like let's just give them like one thing at a time, and like. It's like saying if you're racist against whoever, you're like, well, maybe let's just do like racist-free Mondays, and we'll just try it out and see how it feels. That's kind of how it is when it comes to animals like this. Like when you cut back, you're doing less bad, but you're still doing something that's bad. Does that make sense?
I have an opinion on like as far as like I know obviously like vegans don't drink milk and stuff, but doesn't it like hurt cows? It's like
I drink milk. I just drink soy milk, and I drink, coconut milk and walnut milk, macadamia nut milk. They're really good. They got really good healthy fats. There's like oat milk.
I mean, when I was little, I had to be dairy free for a while because like I was allergic to it. And I have to admit some of it was good. They don't make that specific brand anymore, and it's unfortunate. So that would be like the only way I could give up like milk and stuff. But
yeah, try the brands. Some of them suck. Some of them I really don't like. But then I found some other ones that I really do like. So you just have to. It's like any product, you can get the same product from different brands, and it can taste totally different to you, and you'll find ones that you like.
I did, however, accidentally buy like a vegan sausage from the store a couple months back. And whatever that brand was, it was so bad. It was like Morningstar or something.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah, I don't generally like Morningstar products myself either, but like I said, just try different ones. There's other brands that make like the same thing, and you might be really surprised. You might like them, and then you can not hate animals and have good food at the same time.
I think it's really a matter of like hating animals. I think it's just like I'm so ingrained in like the way I was raised and like how I've continued living my life for 22 years. It's gonna be hard to like make that switch, you know?
It's
For
not.
me,
It's not that hard. Like think about it. Think about how hard it is for these animals that are being forced into a slaughterhouse. All you have to do is choose a different product off the shelf. It's really not that hard. Look at some labels at the beginning, but like once you know, so you don't have to. You don't have to like look at labels all the time. Just when you get something new. And you said something about like taking baby steps and doing a little bit at a time. Well, that's what you do during your day anyway. Like when you sit down to have a meal, it's one decision. Just choose the vegan options. When you go to the store and you're gonna buy some new clothes, just choose the vegan options. When you go, you're trying to look for something to do over the weekend, you can go to the zoo or you can like go, to the park or something or like, go out in nature somewhere else and walk on some hiking trails and see some animals in their environment instead of going to a zoo and seeing them like in little cages or something.
that is one thing I hate. I hate like zoos and like aquariums and stuff. I just can't go to them. I think the last time I went to one was like 3 years ago, and that was the last time I went. I couldn't do it again.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're vegan in those other cases. So what's stopping you from making those vegan decisions when it comes to like eating animals? And do you buy cruelty-free products?
Huh?
Do you buy cruelty-free products like makeup and like bath and beauty products?
I've never paid much attention to like what I buy there. I mean, I buy stuff that's not animal tested, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, cruelty-free. So when you get the cruelty-free stuff, that means that it's not tested on animals. But
The only thing I know that's been tested on animals is like the medicines I've had to be on for like chemotherapy and stuff. But that's like a life or death situation for me.
Right, yeah. So like if you're making these vegan decisions throughout the rest of your day and then you have to take some medicine that, it's life or death and you have to take some medicine that was like maybe tested on animals, you're still vegan at that point, But, in that case, if you're vegan and you have to take some medicine that's tested on animals, you should probably feel obligated to advocate for other options. Those other options are out there. We just need more people like you advocating for them and trying to, lower the costs down. So other people in the future that are in your situation, they don't have to choose these products that were tested on animals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think the only thing I do eat that's like vegan is like currently is like I can't get past like dairy yogurt. I don't know, something is weird about it. That's like the one thing I don't like it's like not dairy. For me it's like all the places I go to it's very limited options, so it's like I would have to switch everything up. In my area there's not many like vegans, so it's hard. But I live in like the country, so it's like everything's, steak, chicken, like.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I'm in a town with like 30,000 people. There's like 3 vegans. Like so,
Yeah.
I'm in the same situation. But when I go to the store, like they're always adding new plant-based options at the grocery store. So like every time I go in there, I walk around and I find the new options. And I try them out, and I go to the manager there, and I'm like, hey, look at this. This is awesome. Thank you guys for adding more stuff like this. I tell them all the time. So, like, you can do things like that to try to advocate for more options like that. The people that choose what product, the people that try to switch up the products, they want to know what people like. So if you're buying the new stuff and you're telling them, like, hey, this is cool, get more stuff like this, they'll listen to you and they'll add more plant-based options.
Yeah, I think for me it's the whole idea of like just switching everything up and like going through the process, and like for me it's like I've eaten meat ever since I don't want to say born, but ever since I was like the 1 or 2 age I've been eating meat, so it's like it'd be definitely a difficult transition.
It's not difficult, it's just different, I was the same way. I ate meat even longer than you. Like I ate animals. I still have a leather jacket in my closet upstairs. I bought it probably 10 years ago. But yeah, I mean, I was just like you. I was buying cruelty-free stuff. I was kind of against like the animal testing and stuff, but I still had a blind spot when it came to food. So like this is your opportunity. Check out Animal Justice 21. You just have to put your email in. It's 21 days of reflection questions. You can learn about the different ways we exploit animals and kind of reflect on that and your relationship with animals. And then like give me a follow and come back up in a few days after you have gone through the first couple days. Is that cool?
All right, okay. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, hope you have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks, Faith.
Bye.
Bye. Ray, I have a dog named Raya. Are you here, Raya? So we've had a couple good conversations already, so that's cool. I like meeting people like Faith there. I know another person named Faith that I talked to about veganism, and she tried to tell me that dirt is conscious. Dirt is conscious. Stop exploiting the dirt. I never heard that from anybody else. Somebody told me rocks are conscious before. I guess he probably thought dirt was conscious too, but like those are some wild claims. I forget what that's called. There's a name for it where you think everything has consciousness. But like even if that was true and you wanted to respect plants and dirt and rocks, like you would be vegan because you would be using the least amount of plants, the least amount of dirt. Like, and I would hope that you would admit there's a difference between kicking a dog and kicking a rock. Loot, you're up. Is that how you say your name? You were begging to come up earlier. Now you're finally on, and you're not here. It's on the screen. Somebody asked what I just said for her to check out. Animaljustice21.org. Literally is everything. Everything is there. Anything that you need. If you have time and you want to like really dig into it, go to the resources page at the bottom. It should take you through like a tour of the site, so you can see kind of where everything is and how the site works. Somebody told me that they didn't get that the other day. I don't know if they just signed up before and haven't come back. If that's not working, somebody let me know. But yeah, there's different videos on each day, so it probably takes like 5 to 10 minutes to go through the day and answer the questions. But if you have more time, watch some of those videos. Some of them are short, some of them are longer. And you can go past the 21 days too. Like you can just come and it's kind of like a journal, like a digital journal about your relationship with animals. So you can always just like pop in and just make a reflection. It doesn't even have to be about one of the days. You can post it publicly so you can see other people and share your reflections if you want to. It can be totally private though, if you're more of a private person and you want to just do it privately. But it's cool to go back through after a while and see some of the reflections that you made before, and it's interesting to see how other people think, so it's pretty cool. There's a chat page. If you have questions, you can throw your question out there. Somebody will answer. Marcos.
Oh, sorry. That's my text notification thing. I didn't do that.
Okay, what's up? You were here.
Is this a vegan prompt thing, like for veganism?
Are you vegan? You were here the other day, weren't you?
No, I've never been on here. No, I've
No?
never.
Okay.
You probably seen me like request
Maybe.
to be in the box, but that's
It might have been a
mainly
different
it.
Marcos. Yeah, so are you vegan?
No, I'm not vegan.
Hold on, one of my dogs wants to come in. Come on. Don't do it. Back off, Lulu. She's about to jump up here and stick her face in this food. So you're not vegan? So why are you not vegan?
I don't know. It's just something in my body that just too scared of it, or I just don't want to do it. I'm afraid I'm not going to get the results that I want because someone's doing it the right way or doing it a better way. It's not a justification like, well, I like a $2 burger. You know, it's just, it's so easy. Like, you know what I mean? Here's what I'm going to tell you right now. If there was like a bunch of fast food places, like vegan fast food places, yeah, I'd go to them. I would go to them if there's like a bunch of restaurants like that, but you don't see restaurants like that. You don't see anywhere like that.
Where do you live? Like what country, what state?
I live in the USA. I live in Tennessee.
I'm pretty sure there's if you're in like the city or near some of the cities, I'm pretty sure there's some vegan fast food places out there. Tennessee's pretty vegan friendly, especially like Nashville.
If I want to go vegan, I would need to get prepared for it first. I could probably do it I'm not saying I can't do it. I would like to do it. Like, yeah, I don't feel good eating a pig. I don't feel good eating a cow. You know, I just do it because, you know, if I'm not rejecting it, if I'm not throwing it up, if I'm not going, you know, as soon as meat touches my mouth, that sounded wrong. But as soon as, like, you know, I eat flesh or whatever, you know, and my body's not rejecting it, and I'm, you know what I mean? If I'm getting strength from it, if I'm enjoying it, that's what I'm gonna keep on doing. It's not a good thing what I'm doing. Like, oh yeah, like, cause I've seen rude people, you know, like, oh, I love eating my cow, I love eating my pig. Oh, that pig is bacon, you know. When I eat, like, I don't think about all that stuff, you know. When I'm eating, like, I'm just like, I needed protein. That's all. Like, that's how I look at it, you know. There's been a day where, like, there are days where, like, I'm sick of eating meat, you know, like, that does happen to me. And, like, I just want to eat, like, a ton of vegetables. Like, I like cucumbers, I like carrots, you know, I like it with lime and stuff like that. But, you know, I don't know why I eat meat. I grew up eating meat, so that's just how it is.
Yeah. So it sounds like you know, you're kind of like how I was before I was vegan. So like that's what the research here is for. You can sign up. There's a nutritionist you could talk to. There's just like that chat page. You can put your questions out there. Anybody can respond. If you do have like health issues, there's even a dietitian that you can reach out to that can help you with like your medical things. But you know, I would recommend that most people go to the grocery store and buy your food from a grocery store because it's cheaper. Generally, it's healthier, and you have the options to choose products that are made from exploitation and products that aren't. So it sounds like you want to make those good decisions. So you just got to put yourself in those situations where it's easy for you to make those decisions. Try to plan ahead a little bit more. Try to buy things in bulk, maybe do some batch cooking, like I just did. I have this giant pot here. I don't know if you can really see it. It's, I don't know, like 20 gallons or something. So like I made like all this food. It'll last. I mean, I have a bunch of dogs, so it's only gonna last a couple of days. But you can do that and like meal prep your meals for like a whole week. So you can save time, you can save money, and you can choose things that aren't exploiting animals.
Yeah, I do like my cheese. I don't know what I would, if I want to make like a bean and cheese burrito, how do I?
Yeah, just get the vegan cheese. There's different ones.
There's vegan cheese.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of vegan cheese. Some of them are horrible. Some of them are really good. So just you gotta find ones that you like. Find the brands that you like. And some of them are about the same price too, so they're not more expensive. Some of them are more expensive though. I mean, I guess it depends what kind of cheese you buy now. But
Is it still possible? I'm pretty sure. Am I gonna lose weight if I go vegan, or will that add weight? Is it possible that I could still be fat and be vegan? Or no?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it depends how much food you eat, really. It depends. It depends on the calories that you're taking in. So there's fat vegans, there's skinny vegans. I gained 25 pounds when after being vegan and eating a plant-based diet. I was on the low end of like my weight range, and now I'm like right in the middle. So I got up to the weight that I wanted to be at. So yeah, it was pretty easy actually. And there's other people I know that have dropped weight. Like there's this one guy that I talked to. He lost like over 100 pounds. Being more mindful about what he was eating. So a lot of people have a more beneficial relationship with food. They're way happier with not eating animals. So
yeah, well, I'll try it. I don't know. Do I just do it right away? Do I ease myself into it, or what is it?
yeah, just jump right in. Like, it's not very hard. It's not like you have to make a whole bunch of decisions right now and do a whole bunch of things right now. It's literally just, throughout your day when you're making a decision on like, what you're gonna eat next, or if you're gonna go buy some new clothes, or what you're gonna do over the weekend. Just make that decision to not exploit animals. If you need help, just reach out to somebody. If you like Discord, there's a Discord you can join, or just go to that animaljustice21.org and go over to the chat page, drop it in there, and somebody will get back to you like almost immediately. So yeah, if you have any questions, like, hey, I want, I'm making this recipe and it calls for honey. Like, what can I use in place of honey? Like, there's plant-based honeys. I didn't even know about that when I went vegan. There's plant-based honeys. I generally swap out honey for maple syrup. But if you have any questions like that, go ahead. Like, if you want to get something that's leather. Like you want leather for whatever reason, but you don't want to use a cow to make that product. There's companies that make leather out of cactus, which is pretty cool. That's also something that I recently learned. So like there's alternatives for everything.
I've seen a video where there was like vegan bodybuilders versus like bodybuilders who eat meat. And it surprised me, and it makes me want to be vegan. It makes me think, like, I guess, like, veganism is safe to do. Because there's these big, strong guys, and I guess they were like, not I guess, but they were stronger than they were a lot quicker on their feet and a lot, like, faster. While, like, the people who eat meat, like, move slow, and they were struggling a little bit more. You know what I mean? I've seen like the results in the vegan bodybuilders than the ones who eat meat. So I was like, I gotta try this.
Yeah, I saw that too. The vegans won.
Yeah, the vegans won. I was like, I gotta try this veganism thing, because I'm not really liking eating meat no more. It's not giving me strength like it used to eating meat now. When I was like working in the watermelon fields, and stuff, I would eat like a lot of pork, and that was like my go-to, and I was getting strength. Now that I'm like 29, I was like 22, you know, I was in my prime, I guess you could say that. And I'm 29 now, I feel old, I feel not healthy, you know. So it's gotta be the eating the meat and then drinking the milk and stuff, you know, because I do like drinking milk a lot. So I think now, like, what I'm eating is starting to show, and I should probably just quit eating meat and just go straight to the veganism, like you suggested, like you say, you know, because I'd probably be safer doing that than drinking milk and eating meat. It doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah, so like you can get a lot of personal benefits, but it's not really about you. It's about those animals. So, you know, you've said that a few times. Like, even if it was like just as good, you know, it didn't have the other benefits that it can do, you would still choose like the vegan option, right?
I know I might get, yeah, no, like, it's gonna be hard for me, you know, like, once I turn vegan, people are gonna be like, oh, you know, what do you like to eat? Or like, if somebody wants to go out to eat, you know, they're gonna be looking at my plate like, bro, you're just gonna eat a salad? Like, bro, you're just eating vegetables? Like, I know it's gonna be hard for me, like, as a social thing, because the people that I know, they all eat meat. People that I know they all eat meat, and they're fine. You know, and it's just, I don't hate animals, like, you know what I mean? And I don't really think like turning veganism is gonna save them, because they still kill them, they still make meat out of them, you know, or whatever. I've been to a farm, you know, not a big corporation farm. I've been to like a regular farm, and it's so peaceful to just see like goats like being taken care of, and like, you know, they get to roam, they get to walk freely, you know, they're not wandering off, they're not on the road or whatever, you know, they're not walking off the road, like hit by a car or something. And it felt peaceful. It felt good to see cows like cattle, not in a big corporation where they have them in the dark and they're ready to get killed for the consumer, you know. So the way I look at it is that there's good people, there's good farmers, and then there's the ones that like just raise them to get them killed and to sell them as meat, you know.
So I kind of agree. I kind of disagree there. There's not really good farmers. Like at the end of the day, like they're still gonna send them away to be killed for stuff that we don't need. Have you ever been to a sanctuary?
Is that like the slaughterhouse? Is that what the sanctuary?
So at a sanctuary, they don't exploit the animals at all. Like they would generally rescue. They rescue animals. They adopt animals, and they bring them there to just live out the rest of their life, right? So it's like one of those nicer farms, the nicer farmers. But then at the end of the day, they don't send them off to be killed, right? So the difference is that we make decisions in the best interest of the animals through their entire life, not like for a little while. Like when people give them a good life, right? And then they're gonna kill them at the end of the day, they're not making decisions in the best interest of the animal.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah, because a buddy of mine, he had an ox, and he killed it. He ended up killing it because he was trying to get him to mate with one of the cows, you know, and it wasn't able to. Like he was too old, you know.
Yeah.
And I thought he was gonna keep him there all his life, you know, until it dies or something. You know, natural causes, but no, he ended up killing it and making a soup out of him, and it sucked it because I remember petting him and grabbing his horn and like moving his head around, you know, and just if he would get mad and swing his head, but he was just this gentle giant, you know, I could pat and rub on the head, and you you know, its fur just felt like, you know, soft carpet or something. But I felt like shit when he told me, like, when I found out that he killed it. And his name was Bioling, because he was like a violator, because he was always trying to like hump like make the cows, but they would always like run away. But
Yeah.
he tied one cow up to see if he would be able to do it, but he can't even reach, and he gets too tired, and you know, he's just this big giant fat ox, you know, and he ended up killing it. So I mean, I don't know if that was the humane thing to do. I don't know, like, oh, you know, you're useless, you can't mate, but it's like, man, like, you didn't even, like, you know what I mean? He didn't even, like, force it to do it. It just wanted a mate, and it would, like...
So think about one of those things you just said. You said that he would tie up the female and then let the male like go in there and like try to have his way with her. Like, doesn't that sound like kind of crazy? That's not in the best interest of that female, right? Raya's freaking out. She wants a second breakfast. Alright, that guy's gone. I don't know if somebody dropped him or what. But yeah, make better decisions. It sounds like your values align with veganism, so you have the resources there. Reach out if you need any help with anything. You know, try to plan ahead a little bit more. It makes it easier for you. And if you think it's difficult, just think about how difficult it is for these animals that are being exploited. Raya, think about Raya in there being so dramatic. Raya has it so difficult. She's like needs second breakfast so bad. Do any other vegans want to come up and do a conversation? So I gotta go around and check on my dogs real quick. Red. Uh-oh. I hope this isn't the red on YouTube.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so I recently turned vegan like a month ago.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
Yeah, but I'm kind of grappling with like, so obviously like I think it's better to not support it, but then when people bring up like, oh, if you're buying Nike or if you have iPhone, you're also supporting it, and then what I would say to that is like, eating meat is intrinsically bad. Like it's a system. Like there's no way to make eating meat good, but there is a way to have a ethical iPhone, right? But like I don't know, what would you say to someone if they said like you can have a perfect moral framework for everything and like it's too high of a standard?
Yeah, so I mean, I agree with what you just said. Like, those systems can be improved. Other systems, like exploiting an animal to eat them, like that. It is what it is. You're not really going to make that any better.
Yeah.
So yeah, but you know, if you're at the phone store and you know this product, you know there's animal exploitation or human exploitation or whatever behind this product, and you have another product right there that you can easily buy, and you know that doesn't have any exploitation behind it, then you should probably feel obligated to buy the one that doesn't have the exploitation. But it's harder to know when you're buying certain things. Like, obviously, they don't have labels on them. They're not going to say there's exploitation behind this and there's no exploitation behind that. So,
Do you think it's a responsibility to research everything you buy, and like?
to a certain extent, yeah. I mean, you should take some time and learn about where things are coming from. It's not too hard. Sometimes you have to reach out to the company. Like if you have to get something right now, you know what I mean? Like you might not be able to reach out to the company and wait for them to respond. But like I was saying with the last guy, if you try to plan ahead, you know, if you plan ahead, give yourself a little bit of time before you're making certain purchases. Reach out to the company, ask about like the supply chain, Yeah, like if you can do that, then you should probably do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and what would you say to people that are like, we shouldn't, the burden should be on the consumer, it should be on the like politicians and the company owners that actually make the difference?
Can you say that again? I couldn't really hear.
What do you think about people that say like the burden's not on the consumer, it's on the owners of the companies and the farms that actually make a difference on how the animals are treated?
I think I think everybody's to blame. You know what I mean? I don't think that it's the consumer 100%. I don't think it's those industries 100%. I think it's a little bit of everything. So yeah, there are food deserts in certain cities and certain areas where it's way easier, and sometimes it's a little bit cheaper. Oh, you alright? Some places it's easier for people to buy products that are exploited on animals. Like a small percentage of people, like they can't travel to a grocery store and get what they need. You know, a lot of that can be fixed by planning ahead and batch cooking and buying in bulk. But you know, some people they get stuck in a system of like always trying to catch up. So like yeah, I think we need to try to make it easier for the individuals. I think that's a big part of it. But if you can make better decisions, then you should try to do the best that you can.
Yeah. So you just say like, so you would say research everything you consume and then try to like do it the best you can. Is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, I think I agree with that too. It's just like it's hard day-to-day life if you're trying to justify because when you're in the moment, you feel like your quality of life is like so much lower, and you don't feel like it's worth like researching everything, and like you're not making much of a difference. But I think in the bigger picture, it definitely is like you can't argue against it.
Yeah. So and if you do the research on certain products, like maybe go to Animal Justice 21 and put it in the chat and let people know what you found. Like say, you know, let people know the process that you did. Like I had to buy this thing, you know, I wasn't sure about where it came from. I reached out to whoever and you know, this is what they told me. So somebody else in the future, if they have to buy the same product, you know, if they're buying a cell phone or whatever, they can learn easily, way quicker from what you did. Than like going and trying to do it themselves. Does that sound like it would be a good idea?
Yeah, I agree. It's also just like human exploitation too. Like there's a lot of that in the companies, and I think it's like, if, for example, even like doing something as simple as going to Starbucks and getting coffee. Like you're supporting a business that supports, you know, like genocide. Like it's hard to like justify that. Like simple things like that. I feel like if you did that and you kind of like went that use that framework across like everything you did, you would end up being able to buy almost nothing and can't even engage in society. So I don't know. Like, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, try to buy. You know, I try to support local people. You know, if you support local businesses, you can generally talk to people that are making the decisions in that company. So you can you know, if you're not buying from big corporate companies, generally you can get that information a little bit easier. But yeah, I mean, I know what you mean. There was I live in Pennsylvania, and near me there was a mushroom farm, and the guy that ran the mushroom farm just got charged with human trafficking. He was I don't know if I can say that on TikTok. Whoops. But he was charged with that. He had two girls. They were like 14 and 17, I think, from Guatemala, and he had them working on his mushroom farm and like weren't even paying them at all. Like he was like forcing them to work there. And you know, when you go to the store and you buy mushrooms, like you wouldn't really, you don't know that, you wouldn't expect that. So it's like,
that's
you know,
horrible.
we try to do the best we can, right?
Yep, do the best you can. I don't want to keep up too long. I'm gonna let Ben talk, but thank you so much for the conversation.
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you one thing about the phone argument, that this is an unfair comparison because I bought my phone in 2022 and I buy food 3 times a day or once a day or every second day, you know? So it's not you're not like, there's no reason to buy a phone every year, and then when you do it, it doesn't have to be one. I mean, it mostly is a product of exploitation, human exploitation.
Yeah.
But
So then you're
it's
just
still
a
an
little
unfair-
bit you're just a little bit exploiting the humans, not a lot.
No, it's still an unfair comparison, because the food thing is something that like is an everyday thing that is easy to apply, and the other thing, you cannot live without a phone, right?
I mean, you could.
You could, but
You
it's
could.
gonna make your life a lot harder.
You could argue the same thing for eating meat, right?
No, that's different.
But I mean, I agree with you, but I'm saying in this framework, like you could say the same thing of like, my quality of life would go down a lot if I stopped eating meat and dairy. So like, it's not as practical.
Yeah, but the difference is that these everyday choices, like the number of victims, is a lot higher, and the inherent exploitation in the meat industry is very different from. And also, Spooky said here in the chat, you can still have the option to buy a fair phone.
That's true. I agree with you. All right, you guys have a good one.
You too. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, thanks for coming out. We need more people like you on Animal Justice 21, so go check it out, do the reflections, and if you can, make them public so other people can learn from people like us that have this, same kind of mindset there and want to help animals. It's a good way to help animals. And the last week of the 21 days, it talks about, speaking up for the animals and things that you can do to help them. So if you're already vegan, try to go through the 21 days. A lot of the first 2 weeks are probably going to be things that you know and you've seen before, but then when you get to the last week, it could be helpful to teach you like how to speak up for the animals. So thanks, Red. I appreciate you. Give me a follow and I can follow you back, and let me know if you have any questions or anything. Thank you, Ben. We're gonna move upstairs now. Next person is not here. We finished cleaning up here. I just blended up all this food. I made homemade plant-based dog food for my dogs. That's why they're all like freaking out, because they know what I'm doing. And I forgot to put the sweet potatoes in, so I'm gonna eat them myself. My sweet potatoes. And I ate a potato for breakfast with my coffee. I dipped my potato in my coffee. No, I'm just kidding. Diesel, are you here? Diesel was the last person that requested up, so if you guys want to, if he doesn't pop in, oh, looks like you.
Hello.
If you guys want to come up after Diesel, put your request in now. What's up?
What's happening, man?
Oh, not much. Just trying out my new blender. I just got a Ninja to help make my dog food. So it's
Nice.
pretty sweet.
I thought vegans didn't agree with domesticating pets.
So I have a little home rescue. I'm a dog educator. So I basically bring in dogs here that have some type of certain issue where their guardian can't take care of them anymore. They were adopted from the shelter and people want to surrender them back to the shelter. I bring them in here, I train them for a little while, and then I try to rehome them. So yeah, I don't support buying from pet stores, buying from puppy mills. We have a big puppy mill problem here in Pennsylvania.
I think that's nationwide, to be honest.
Yeah, it is. There's a big thanks for the heart. There's a big problem with it. Yeah, and I don't support that at all. There's There's dogs. One of the dogs here we got from one of the shelters that was. They have a list every week. They put out a list of like 30 dogs that are going to be euthanized at the end of the week. And
Wow.
we got there 5 minutes before they closed on the very last day, and we rescued one of the dogs. She's like the best
That's
dog
awesome.
here. She didn't even have any issues. Like all the other dogs here have like a specific issue that we've been working on. She was like the best dog, and she was gonna be euthanized. So it just kind of shows how messed up that system is.
Yeah, for sure. I only rescue dogs. That's the only, like buying purebred dogs is crazy to me.
Go. Yeah, it is. It really is. And there's breeders that try to breed purebred dogs, and they want to call themselves ethical breeders, but then like they're the reason why these dogs are being euthanized in the shelter. Like they should
they're
just
mating like cousins with brothers. It's sick.
Yeah, they should just advocate for adopting, not shopping like that, not breeding. They can instead of be breeding these dogs, they can be rescuing them from the shelters and rehoming them. Like that's what I try to do here. So
Yep. Some of the best dogs I've ever had are complete mutts.
yeah, and then what about other animals though? Do you think that? Hey, Jeff. Do you think that it's okay to exploit other animals for our dogs?
For our dogs?
Yeah, like for their dog food.
Most of it's like waste, from the slaughterhouses and stuff.
Oh damn! I'm like, why is Daphne barking at the cat so much? This is Lulu. I totally just got them mixed up. That's so funny. I have 2 German Shepherds, and they look almost like super similar. I wasn't looking at her. I thought this was Daphne. It's not. Are you gonna be quiet? Lulu does not get along with the cat. That's why. Yeah, sorry. I missed what you said there about the dog food. Do you think that it's okay to feed other animals to our dogs?
Well, most of it's waste, right? Like I work part-time in a slaughterhouse, and that's what we do with all the things we don't use is sell it to a local dog food maker. So we don't waste any of the animal.
Yeah, okay, I hear that. But do you think that we have other options though? So do you think that when we use the entire animal, is that really like? Do you think that animal really cares about that, or do you think that they would rather us just like choose other options and then they can live? Because we're kind of just wasting their lives.
Well, what's the other option? I mean, dogs are supposed to eat mostly meat.
Not necessarily. They're omnivores just like we are. I make my own plant-based dog food. I use V-Dog is a plant-based dog food brand. I'm gonna have to take her downstairs because she's not gonna stop. Lulu, come here. Lay down. Relax.
Yeah, but if you look at dogs in the wild, like what do they go for mainly? They're not eating raspberries. They're hunting. Right?
No, they're like us. They're scavengers. So like they'll just like get whatever they can find. That's what humans used to do too when they were in the wild. Oh shit. Bro, you guys gotta chill.
But if you put like a plate of raspberries and potatoes and carrots and all that stuff, and then a plate of raw bison, all those dogs are gonna go to the bison first.
So I have a dog here. I literally did this yesterday. Basically, I have a dog here that eats, whatever kibble. Stop. And she goes for the V-Dog kibble. I have 2 kinds of kibble, right? One has animals in it. One is plant-based. She goes for the plant-based option, right? I have another dog here, my husky. She would probably not eat either of them. That's just the way she is. I put 2 bowls in front of her, she'd probably go lay down somewhere because she just doesn't really care. Then Lulu here would eat both of them. Like she'd probably go back and forth and eat both of them. So like it depends on the individual. But like I like to relate that to like our children and giving them, cookies and candy and. If you put a carrot in front of a child and a cookie, they're gonna eat the cookie like every time. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that we should feed our kids cookies only. You know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's research out there that shows plant-based dogs can even live longer. So if you're feeding your dog something that they might not like it as much as a bison or whatever, they could live longer eating the plant-based diet. So you're making, I feel like you're making the best decision for your dogs, and you're also making good decisions for other animals too. It's a win-win.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like I.
Are you there? Or you cut out? Are you gonna calm down? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I didn't hear what you said. Your phone cut out on that last one.
Like I said, I work at a slaughterhouse, so
Yeah.
all my dogs get, all raw, all meat, and they are thriving.
Yeah, so, but, like, what about those other animals? I'm not saying that they can't be healthy if they eat meat sometimes, but you probably are, especially with raw meat. You're increasing risks for certain illnesses for your dogs, so I wouldn't say that's in the best interest of your dogs. And it's clearly not in the best interest of those animals that are being killed to feed your dog.
I mean, don't dogs eat raw? I mean, they say that's the best diet for dogs is raw.
There's a reason why most foods for dogs aren't raw food.
Well, that's a money machine. That's the only reason. People are lazy.
It's also for their health.
I disagree, but anyway.
Yeah, well, think about the victims. There's still animals that you're taking out. Stop. For things that are completely unnecessary. Hey, let me take Lulu back down because she's just gonna be doing this the whole time. Come on. Come on, Lulu.
He left. I had a question about bees. I know I came up earlier. You there?
Oh, whatever. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was asking you, are bees have, obviously less emotional capability and cognitive capability than, most animals, and they don't seem to be, suffering or anything when we're using them for honey. So, why would you say honey's unethical?
Because that's their food. And we don't need their food. And bees are extremely intelligent. They remember faces. They form communities. They have families. They know how to build things. They're highly intelligent. It's just that human construct says that animals or non-human animals beneath humans are of a lesser being, which is just not true.
Okay, would you kill a cockroach if it was in your house?
No,
No?
I would capture it and put it outside if need be. Yeah.
There's these frequency things you can plug in that a frequency that'll deter bugs. There's things that you can get like that where you don't have to kill them. You can just set things up to kind of push them away from your home.
But I feel like when the certain beings insects, when they don't feel as much pain or they can't process it. Maybe they feel it but they don't process it. I feel like it's more similar to plants than it is to mammals. Don't you think, or do you think it's still exploitation?
Most bugs are sentient because they all have a brain and a nervous system, so they do feel pain. That's science has proven that.
For example, cockroaches, they don't feel pain.
I think I would disagree with that. I don't really know though.
I've researched it before. I mean, I don't know,
They do feel pain.
They don't have pain receptors in the same way that other mammals do. They don't have they have a somewhat of a nervous system to process signals and inputs from what they see, but they don't have actual pain receptors to process pain.
What does that have to do with cows and pigs and chickens and turkeys and ducks and fish?
No, brother. I'm vegan, but I'm just letting you know. I don't know. I'm just not fully convinced. I'm not fully convinced on the bee side.
Red cockroaches do have nociceptors. They do feel pain.
They have nociceptors?
You should watch there's a video, I forget what it's called. There's a video on how bees are exploited, and they literally like crush up male bees to take stuff out of them, and then they like spread open the female bee and like put the stuff inside of her. They're artificially inseminated, just like cows are. And then when they stop producing what we want to take from them, a lot of them are just killed.
Yeah.
So it's like the same process,
Well, I didn't know. Well, I don't know. Like, I know you're kind of educating me right now. I didn't know bees have like the same feelings and sentience as like mammals. But I'll look into that. I'll research that for sure because I haven't heard of that. That's like the one thing that was stopping me honey from not consuming honey.
Yeah, you can look it up. If it's any bug, you can look it up.
There's a YouTube channel that's really really interesting. You should go give them a follow. It's called Small Animals Matter.
Okay, will do. Okay, well, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming up. What's up, 40?
Hey, Jake, how you doing, man?
Doing good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm pretty wiped out, but I'm doing okay, I guess.
You been really busy?
Yeah, I just flew over the pond, so to say, so I'm trying to stay awake for a bunch of hours, so maybe I can join you in some outreach.
Nice,
Thanks to Spirit.
So you're in England right now, or over there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry?
I want to visit there in Scotland.
Oh, I haven't been to Scotland, but I was up at the Lake District, and that was, wow, that was incredible. What's up, Dashing Grandpa? Spooky. So how have the conversations been going?
Pretty good. Pretty good, yeah. We have another guest here. Let's bring up the next person. We'll see how this one goes. Stop, Noah. She knocked something over, and now she's like knows that there's something in there. She wants to knock it over again. Nova, you're too smart. What's up? Next guest here. How do you say your name? Who? Are you there?
Really, he's gonna be the owl dude. He's the owl dude.
Yeah, the owl dude. I don't know who that is. Does he come to other streams and troll?
Yeah, he comes up and does that. He'll like poop, and I've seen him sometimes before, but it's weird. Just weird.
I just heard something outside. I have to go check on my dogs. Nobody's requesting up, so if you want to come up, request up, you can come right up. I'll be right back.
If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, tell your friends. Leave animals. That's a great sign. I like that. TBV.
Hello.
How goes?
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. Some guy named Anthony. Anthony, why don't you come up and talk about your addiction there to animal rotten corpses there.
Anthony came up earlier. No, I think he said some hateful things, so he's not going to come back up. He's lucky he didn't
Anthony,
get blocked.
You just sit there and shut your yap, Anthony. How about that? 57-year-old vegan Dashing Grandpa, let's go. I don't know what you mean by steaks, Anthony. Those, like, you have to use different words, like euphemisms, right? That's kind of weird. Steaks.
What's up,
Anyway.
TBV?
Not much. How are you?
Charger. I'm doing well. What's up, Charger?
What's up?
Are you over 18?
Yeah.
Why do you hate animals?
I actually love animals.
I think there's an echo.
I say I love animals, actually. I don't hate animals.
Okay, so do you love all animals or just like some animals?
I actually have a variety of animals. I have a bird. I actually have a Burmese python that I take really well care of, and I'm about to get a green anaconda. I have to get licensed for that though, so I'm just going through the process of getting my zoo license.
Zoo license, huh?
Yeah.
So you see animals as like objects or like resources for us? Or do you see them as
I
individuals?
see them as I want to take as much as them. Like I would say, like in an endangered species, I would like to rehabilitate them and give them a home. You know.
Yeah, so we're actually looking for some people that have snakes, that care for snakes, that would be open to testing out a plant-based diet on snakes. Would you be willing to help us with that research? You can get everything nutritionally for a snake through plants. The trick is, like the difficult part is getting them to want to eat it. Yeah,
Eat it. Yeah. Here's the thing. Cause my Burmese python, they can't really see. They go off thermal images.
Right.
So how would I be? Because I usually feed them like frozen rodents to have like extra protein in them, because it gives them all the nutrients, and then I put it in hot water. So like, I mean, I could do the same for that, you know?
Right, exactly. Yeah, we're trying to find some people that wanna test it out and document it. And
I never heard of that. Damn.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of like plant-based item would that be? You know?
So one thing that I saw was basically like plant-based cat food. I think plant-based cat food is pretty much hits all the nutrients that a snake needs. I'm still doing research on it. Send me a message, give me a follow, and I can like get you involved with it if you want.
This is my.
You cut out. Are you still there?
So in his coat perfectly the way that he is. So if you.
You're cutting out. I'm not sure what you were saying. Is that a dog? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
You wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to do that.
I can hear you now. I don't know what you were saying there. Were you trying to show your dog?
Yeah, I was just saying this is I have a show dog, and then I feed him raw meat every single day, and I wouldn't be able to change his diet because it would affect his coat and his muscular structure. So I just want to be able to.
Yeah, that's not true. You could change their diet. You probably should. You should look into it and start feeding them more plants and less animals.
It would not, honestly. I tried doing I've tried plant-based I tried this plant-based protein for a month, and it just.
Have you ever had a bad pizza?
His gut was
Have you
so
ever had a
bad.
pizza?
No, I tried actually different because I went to the vet and they said, all right, it's called the Bully Max protein powder. And then I tried that, and then I tried another one, and it just was not settling with his stomach that good.
Bully Max isn't plant-based.
Well, no, they do make, there's a company that makes Bully Max plant-based protein.
So sometimes it takes a couple of months.
You're talking to somebody who has a dog just like yours. So she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, but that's not a show dog that got second place in the English Bulldog competition. So
Yeah, but I mean, you're exploiting your dog for whatever reason. I mean, and you're also exploiting the animals you're feeding to your dog.
Oh no, I get all my meat from pasture raised farms.
It doesn't matter.
It's all raised.
Meaning, that's not what she's meaning. It doesn't matter if it's pasture raised or if they get jacuzzis every day. They're still being unalive.
I mean, everything is gonna. Hey, how about this? What if aliens come here one day and they just start eating humans? Or what are you gonna say? Oh, we can't.
Would you want that to happen though?
I don't believe in aliens.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it because
you wouldn't mind
wouldn't mind it.
exploited like an animal, like bro.
Oh,
They probably would not. They would eat the non-vegans first, I would think, because they would see the vegans and they would be like, "Oh, these people actually have some sense. Let's leave them alone."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, everyone toots their own horn, you know. I mean, I don't like being muted. I think that's kind of disrespectful. I mean, I'm just I'm not mad at you guys. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, I'm interested in trying the plant-based item for my snake, though. Like, I'm very interested in that, honestly.
Why do you feel you have to exploit other animals, though, for your own pleasure when you can live plant-based? Because if you're going to, it's like putting the mask on before you put it on the other person, right?
Can I be, 100% truthful for you? Like, can I be 100%, like just truthful?
Yeah, of course.
Honestly, I've tried a lot of plant-based items. Like, I tried tofu, like fried tofu, like in a way where it's like, it just doesn't really taste that good to me, you know? Like, I don't know why.
So,
like, what do you suggest? Like, what's like something
there's a
really...
variety of diets, but what about the ethical side of it? You see no problem with exploiting animals?
I mean, dude, to be honest with you, they're already killing the animals, so like, why waste it?
There's a supply and demand aspect there, right? So if you call for it to happen or you pay for it to happen.
I mean, if you can get half the population to turn vegan, dude, fuck it, man. Like, let's do it 100%, but I don't see that happening.
It's got to start with you, though, right? Like, if it doesn't start with you, then where's it going to start?
Charger. Over 31 million people went vegan this year, and this year's not over with.
I mean, a lot of people turn vegan. A lot of people, they change their mind, you know.
But do you know why they go vegan?
I think it's because like there is a lot of farms out there that do treat their animals like shit, and they don't. But I feel like you live a good life, you do that, then your turn's done, and then that's it.
Well, the thing is, they're bred into existence and you viewed and looked at as property, right? So if you can imagine your bulldog being exploited that way and used as property and then executed for
he's my baby. He's not property. I'm never gonna eat him. I won't eat him.
No, but like, do you get the analogy? Like you were talking about aliens before. I'm just giving you an analogy, right?
Yeah.
So what would hold you back from today saying, you know what, maybe I'll actually really give it a go and see, because like at the end of the day, someone has to be executed, like your dog, you know, for what? For a sandwich that you can easily replace. Like, come on.
Well, say like someone can't really like afford the 100% like vegan diet. Like, say like if someone's on a very like tight budget.
I'm on a tight budget. I save money. It's cheaper to eat plant-based diet.
I'm a millionaire. I'm a self-made millionaire. I started my own business when I was 21 years old, and I scaled it up to $50 million. I recently just sold my company, and I'm just living in my penthouse right now by myself with my dog.
Then you can very easily live vegan, right? It's no problem.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'm just asking for like the regular people, you know, like say if someone didn't have money, like how could they go about that route?
If you look at the studies, up to 30% cheaper to live plant-based or eat plant-based. So you're looking at beans, legumes, lentils, tofu, seitan, TVP. I mean, it's all a lot cheaper.
And here's also a thing that I've always wanted to ask a vegan this question, like for real. I'm a microbiologist, so I study molds and mushrooms and stuff like that. And mushrooms are the only plant that really do communicate with each other. I've done a lot of studies and I've done a lot of tests, and they're the only plant that can communicate to each other. And they send off signals and say if like I picked one like 100 yards from another spot.
Am I cutting out or is he cutting
It's
out?
like a smell, and it's like a little puff. So how do you explain that? Like, you're hurting the mushrooms, you're killing the mushrooms.
they're not sentient, right? That's what we looked at.
I guess it's me cutting out. TikTok sucks.
Most plants are given to the animals that you eat, right? They eat 8 to 10 times more than we do. So if you went vegan, then it would be a lot less plants that are eaten, right?
Well, then what if we all go vegan, then we eat all the plants?
Wow.
Like, what's going to happen then? Like, we'll say if everyone was vegan right now, like, say, like, right now everyone's
the day that someone brings out a carrot rights activist sign, I'll gladly join them with the carrot.
Would you guys switch back to eating meat, or how would that work?
No, that's just not how it works.
I don't know. I mean, it kind of like
what we'll do. So they can create meat out of air, right? So you can use bacteria and.
Oh, what about this? They're coming out with this thing where they 3D print meat. Would you guys eat that kind of stuff? Like, it's 3D printed.
Some people might, as long as it wasn't tested on animals or used with animal byproducts.
Yeah, there is a company that's figuring out. I just saw how they are spinning this type of meat that's grown in labs to make it more palatable. Where they're showing that animal fiber is flat and stretched, and plant fiber is more round. That's why they're trying to spin it like they actually do yarn to make it the same texture as what a meat strand looks like, to have that same texture.
True.
We're gonna move on.
So
you got anything else to say before we move on?
I mean, is there anything you want to educate me on before we move on?
Maybe just do you know what veganism is, Berger?
Honestly, to be 100% with you, I don't.
Yeah, so it's just the idea of not viewing others as commodities, exploiting them, using them for anything, really, for food, fashion, entertainment, all these things. So it's just about how we view animals and how we're using them, and it's not necessary. So the diet part is a consequence of being vegan, but it's not what veganism is. So that's the difference there.
Yeah. True. Thank you for that.
And I just want to say something real quick too. So the next time you want to get an English Bulldog or any other, can you please consider adopting? Because there's plenty of English Bulldogs that are in shelters and getting euthanized every day.
My uncle, he breeds English Bulldogs, so I just get them from him. So
yeah, but that's one more dog that's not getting adopted because you're contributing to that system.
Yeah, but I want a purebred, and I know where it comes from.
There's plenty of purebred dogs in shelters, and it shouldn't matter if the dog is purebred or if the dog's mixed.
Yeah, you should talk to your uncle. I just kicked him off. We're gonna move on, but if he's still here, you should talk to his uncle about stop breeding these dogs, and if he has the means to rescue them from shelters, bring them in and rehome them himself. He can do that and help try to save some of these dogs' lives instead of being the reason that they're being euthanized.
Exactly.
Yeah,
there's no reason.
Your uncle doesn't need to make money off these dogs.
So many poor dogs in shelters. It's crazy.
Yeah, and most of these, quote unquote breeder dogs get neglected, trenched, dumped, euthanized when they're done breeding. They're not typically kept.
Oh, they're not kept any better. They're just there to line the guy's pocket. That's it.
Isn't it messed up though? Like you're for someone to be pregnant and then you take their babies and you're like, okay, on to the next batch, and then I'll make money from that.
Exactly, and like English Bulldogs, they usually have to have a C-section So, and a lot of times the backyard breeders will do them themselves. So
Terrible.
it's disgusting. Speaking of English bulldogs, that's mine.
All right, we had a couple people that were requesting up, but they're not here anymore, and he wants to come back up, so I'm gonna let him back up and see what he wants to say. You have a couple minutes.
I'm sorry. I wasn't saying it like that. I don't know where you guys got that from, but I don't know why y'all ganging up on me right now, but I just wanted to say I can just tell by like whoever river swimmer is and whoever was just dissing on like the C-section, that's not true. My dogs are delivered and from birth. We wash them. We have a farm of cats that we don't eat. We don't eat the goats there. We have a goat farm.
Yeah, you got a dog farm too.
Oh, where are your goats? And the English bulldog that I got from my uncle, we don't give them away. We give them to our family members, and then we have family reunions where they all come up, and so we're not really giving them.
Your uncle makes no money. Prize dogs.
No. He got 2 of them for free, and then he just bred them, and then ever since then he loves his animals. He doesn't eat his animals. He's a vegan too, and he doesn't.
He's not vegan. He wouldn't be breeding animals if he was vegan.
Well, he's not really breeding them. It's just like they just have sex in the barn. He's not forcing it. It just happens. It's just natural selection, you know.
Yeah, but
they have
we talked about what exploitation is and what veganism is, right? So
yeah, but that's not bad. You're saying that okay, so sex is bad. You can't have natural sex.
No, you're putting moral patients in a position where you know what they're going to do, right? So rather than separating them, you're over talking me, dude.
Uneducated and fucking retarded.
Wow.
You guys are all fucking retarded.
Wow.
Fuck you guys. I hope you guys are going to hell and burn and fucking. You guys are disgusting.
I really don't.
Crash out.
He's not a billionaire or owns
burn in hell.
Burn in hell. Holy shit.
Or owns a company, man. Just crash. He ain't a million. Says his bio. He's full of shit.
Crash
well,
out.
I don't think a millionaire is going to be sitting here on TikTok, but
or billionaire, yeah, whatever he said he was. Full of shit.
I mean,
what a crash out! Holy shit.
Yeah, and just because one person does something in a certain way doesn't mean that's not like the typical thing that happens.
He got a violation warning for that. That's funny.
Dude, you did. Did you get it, Zach, or he?
No, he did.
Got it?
He did. He got a warning.
It needs to be fucking reported anyway with a mouth like that. Jesus Christ. Treasure World, quit lying to yourself, dude. You're not no millionaire. You don't have no fucking company. You're just a child.
Why are you freaking out like that, dude? I was just having a conversation with you and you crashed out. For what reason? We respectfully brought you back up. Like, just because we have disagreements with you doesn't mean that you can't be an adult and have a civilized conversation. Chill the hell out, bro. Holy crap. You cut me off, too. That kind of pissed me off.
Yeah, we need another guest. If you want to come up, request up, you can come right in. Dober, you were here the other day. Do you want to come back up? I see Matthew. Do you want to come up?
That's true. You are trash, Charger World. 100%. He's trash, 100%.
What's up, Duke?
What's up, Duke?
Hey.
How's it going?
I'm okay. Hope you guys are doing okay. Do you think that the animal advocacy movement right now should talk ever about wild animal welfare or welfare for animals outside of the span of
We have this
factory
conversation.
farms and such?
We have this kind of conversation between vegans, but that's not really what we're talking about with non-vegans. Are you vegan yourself?
I am, yes.
Okay, so what do you think about it then? What do you think about wild animals?
Well, I'm almost principally partial to the aspect of the movement that relates to wild animal welfare. I think it's probably true, and I don't know if I should be saying this, if this is an outreach to non-vegans kind of thing, but it seems as if, on balance, most sentient species on Earth are in a state of profound suffering most of the time, and if we have the capacity to better that at some point, even if we don't have the ability right now, at some point we probably should help if it's possible and safe to do that. If ever it is possible, if ever it is not going to make things worse, we should develop the capacity to intervene insofar as doing this improves their welfare in general.
Yeah, personally, I agree with you. What do the other vegans on the panel think? Do you guys agree or?
Duke, have you seen Jack Hancock's presentations on wild animal suffering?
Is that who I think this is? Is he the British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've seen him. Yeah.
He's done a few.
Yeah. I have some qualms with how he talks about it, but at least he's talking about it.
Yeah, I'm more fixated on getting people to go vegan for myself. So I haven't, obviously it's horrific what happens in a lot of cases. I do have a little bit of concern about human intervention and in some ways, but
I think it is me cutting out on TikTok.
Aware of the limitations of human intervention and stress that the initial stage or all of our stages for the foreseeable future will determining what, if anything, there is to measure about experience as we can tally it in nature. Do we know whether we'll be helping? Are we going to cause some runaway effect that we can't foresee? It's really about research right now for this extended interim where we don't, nobody is trying to, throw a wrench into a system that we don't understand.
Yeah.
But,
Is this about, because I missed what was said, is this about like intervening with wildlife?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very like narcissistic to think that humans have like power over the world and like in nature, and that it's not our right to interfere, because we are like usually mess stuff up every time we touch something in nature. So I think that we should leave wild animals alone, and stop messing with things because it's not our place to do so.
do you think this, even so, I wonder to what degree this is the case. So if there is, say, there are fires that occur naturally in nature, and there are animals that burn to death, and it has nothing to do with people in a certain context, would you be comfortable with us saving those animals?
Well, yeah, I would think there's like typicalities, like that. Not everything is like black and white. I think, yeah, we would stop wildfires because that's the best interest of the animals and everything else. But I don't think it's our place to go and separate lions from zebras and, Yeah,
but that's not, you see, that's the thing. This is why I agree that would be specifically a bad idea as well. This is almost exactly what the Hancock guy said, which almost annoyed me when I first saw it. Is I was happy he was talking about the issue, but the notion that we should be upending ecosystems on the whole feels, like it's very early to say that is the best route for even what he's trying to accomplish. But the idea tentatively right now is that we should research what, if anything, there is to do in the interest of pursuing the goal of wellness for animals as well. To me, that's the part of it. That is the central prescription of the movement at present. I don't think it's narcissistic or human centric to attempt to determine whether it is possible to help. I mean, because the findings may well evidence exactly what you're saying. We may determine that there's no real way of doing it, but the aim is to determine whether there is something we could do beyond, say, saving a koala from a fire. Is there anything else we could do that could reduce the suffering in nature? And I have a hard time imagining why that shouldn't be something that we, at some point, entertain.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we need to do more research on it. I completely agree. I think we're in that research phase. And I think, the technology is going to be growing exponentially. I feel like in the future we'll probably have the research and the technology to be able to help more animals in the wild. And I think that is something that we should focus on in the future. But right now, if we went out and tried to implement some things right now, yeah, I think that it could be really bad for a lot of animals. So we have to be really careful on what we do, and we have to be really, really sure that we're gonna help these animals, without really hurting any other animals. So it's definitely a tricky situation, but I feel like that's something that we definitely should focus on in the future.
Okay, I don't want to take up too much of you folks' time, so.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We do have another guest requesting up, so yeah. What was your name?
Yeah.
Duke?
It's Johnny.
Johnny? I appreciate you coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna give you a follow.
Thanks. Right.
See ya. What's up, Trash? I see you in the comments here. Appreciate you coming back. Trash was here yesterday. I think it was yesterday, right? Saying that they can't be 100% vegan, but they sent me a message and we talked a little bit, and Trash is vegan. I would say that Trash is definitely vegan. So.
Yeah, I think it was the day before yesterday, or was it yesterday?
Yeah, maybe he was here both days. What's your name?
Nice.
Next guest here.
Anojo.
Anojo. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Why do you hate animals?
Because they're violent.
They're violent? What animals are you talking about?
Like most of them, like lions, tigers, they would kill me and eat me if they
You must
see
be
me.
talking about the human animal.
Hold on, can I respond to the question, please? Thank you, without being interrupted. Thank you. If I'm a Jew as well. If I feel like if a lot of people were to attack me because I was Jewish, I'd probably hate them as well. But yeah, I don't like that tigers and lions and bears would eat me alive and kill me just because they see me. Yeah, that's why I hate them.
Do cows and chickens and pigs attack you?
So it just so it doesn't say all animals, does it? Does the prompt say all animals? Am I missing a word or?
Oh, okay.
What do you mean? Oh, okay. Does it say all animals or does it say animals?
It says, "Why do you hate animals?"
Right. And I get
that could be binary too, could it not?
Animals versus non-animals?
Well, yeah. I mean, in general, why do you hate some and not hate the others? Do you?
There's a lot of black people. There's a lot of black people who hate the whites, but they don't hate every single white, do they?
Okay, so you like some animals. Which animals do you like?
Which animals do I like?
Yeah.
Humans, because typically they don't attack or eat me.
You're fucking kidding me.
That's wild.
What do you mean? Are you kidding me? Wait, hold on a second. Hold on a sec. I'm talking to the woman now. Give her some space. Don't be a misogynist. Are humans mammal? I don't know why you're lying. I don't know why you're lying. Are humans mammals or not? I want to know from the woman. Are they mammals or no?
Yeah, they are.
Right. So they're animals, right?
They're an animal.
Right. So that's so why did you say, "Oh my God"?
The woman has a name. The woman has a name.
Don't know your name, sweetheart. Don't know your name, sweetheart.
Call me sweetheart.
Sweetheart.
Not your sweetheart.
Anyway, sweetheart. Don't know your name. What's your name?
Don't call me sweetheart, dude.
Sorry, babe. What's your name?
Don't call me that either.
Yeah, what's your name?
I'm Two Spirit.
All right, swap.
That was.
Big piece of crap.
Oh, what a person.
Can you imagine being like around that guy or having him in your family or just knowing that guy?
He's the type of guy I'd go up and punch in the face.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have a problem punching you in the face if I ever saw you in Ojo. Because you're just that type of piece of crap.
He's too smart. Yeah.
Yeah, he commented, "I'm too smart for you guys." That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right, cool
Think
boy.
about it like this: if the animal's already dead, I might as well eat it.
How old are you, bro?
Too young. Too young. He was here the other day. I don't have my notes up, but yeah, I probably would have realized that he was too young. Oops. He's probably going to be a regular troll. Trace.
You know, there's like a.
I like love animals, but I'm like scared to death of mice and rats. Like I hate them.
You hate them. Have you ever?
You hate them or you're scared of them?
Both.
Man,
What have they ever done to you?
Mice and rats are some of the sweetest.
I don't even want to talk
animals.
about it. I'm so scared to death of rats. Like that's like the only thing I hate. And kangaroos, I'm kind of scared of them.
Kangaroos can be a little scary, but rats, they're like one of the sweetest animals that there are.
Like the fact that people had them as pets, like completely weirds me out.
They're very intelligent.
Yeah, I rescued 2 mice that I found on the side of the road. Somebody had some mice and didn't want them anymore, so they took the cage that the mice were in, literally drove down the street and threw them out of the car. They were on the side of the road in poo and pee. It was not clean. They were not clean. One of them was sick. I found them. I took them in, took care of them, and I realized how awesome of a creature they were.
It's their tails. The tails gross me out.
Yeah, you should go spend some time with one. You would probably change your mind pretty quickly.
I'm just curious because I haven't been like in the chat a lot. But are people like a lot of people just don't like animals in general, or is it like specific animals?
So how do you feel about cows and pigs and chickens?
Oh, I would have a pig if I had a big backyard. I would have like 5.
Yeah, so you say that you don't hate pigs, but do you eat pigs?
No, I don't eat meat.
Okay, so do you say that you don't hate cows or chickens?
I think they're cute. Well, chickens aren't cute, but other people like chickens. People who have chickens love them.
Chickens are really cute. Especially the silkies. Everybody loves the silkies. They're really cute. They're little fluffy chickens.
My chickens are great. They're no different than our dogs.
Yeah, so Trace, do you eat dairy and eggs?
No, I'm lactose, and I don't like the way eggs smell. It's just a personal preference, and it's not because I love or hate animals by any means. It's
Right.
a personal preference.
So you're plant-based. You eat like a plant-based diet?
No, I eat whatever. I just don't really eat pork or beef. I mean, I occasionally will eat fish. Yeah, I eat fish.
So you say you don't really eat pork or beef, so you eat it sometimes?
I don't like it. It makes my stomach hurt.
Okay, so have you ever thought about considering the animals when you're making these choices?
I don't think of the animals when I'm eating them, but I just don't like it. I don't do it for the reason of, I think some people really need to eat meat.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't.
We don't
Do you
need
think
meat
that these animals deserve your consideration, though?
I mean, that's not up to me. It's up to
It's
the
up to
person
you.
It's up to
individually.
you.
You're
It is
paying
up to
for
you.
it.
Right.
You're choosing that.
Have you ever seen Dominion, Trace? Have you ever seen Dominion? It's a documentary on YouTube.
No.
Just you give it a look because you should see what you're paying for. And it goes all across the spectrum of all different animals.
Yeah,
And
you're
what
open to
happens
learning
to them.
more.
I think it's anyone's personal choice. Like, I just don't like it because it hurts my stomach, but
It's not a
if
personal
someone else
choice.
wants
It's a personal choice of the animal. What about their personal choice? They don't have a personal choice because we've done this to them. They don't get a say so. From the minute they're born, they're taken from their mother and they're either unalived right then or they're thrown in a black box for veal, baby cows. And the minute baby still alive, they're sent down a mat, a moving mat, and they're sent in a macerator.
I know, but this
alive.
goes into like this could be religion or this could be politics. Like everyone has their own choice.
This is not religion.
No, it's not a
This is just
personal
some
choice
stupid
when
human
there's a
construct
victim.
that we brought up, Go ahead, Jake.
You're victimizing these animals. It's not a personal choice.
I
Trace.
apologize to all the fishies I ate.
Trace, I know you think that's funny, but can I just ask, like, have you ever been a victim of anything?
I mean, not really.
Not really. So can you imagine what it might be like to be a victim of something?
Did the cow or the pig tell you this?
Are you gonna engage with me, or are you just gonna be an idiot?
I'll be an idiot. That's fine.
So great
All right.
talking to you. Yeah.
Thanks, Trace. Bye.
See
We're
ya.
gonna move on.
Wow. How many brain cells?
Like, I would invite anybody who thinks they're cool like that to go.
Yeah, if you're on YouTube,
And you want to sit there and mock people who are
Look at the
defending that.
blood. Go smell it. Go hear it.
Hello?
Unbelievable.
Joe, you're up, Joe.
Hi, I just want to say I hope you guys are all having a good day.
Yeah, thanks,
me,
you too.
personally, I'm not a vegan.
Why not? Bro, why am I cutting out again?
Veganism is before you go on, just so we can be on the same page.
No, yeah, please inform me.
Yeah. So it's basically it's the idea that we shouldn't be exploiting others for our benefit, for something that's unnecessary. So it's not necessary to eat animals. We're choosing to put them in zoos. We're choosing them to use them in cosmetics and stuff. When we don't have to, we have alternatives. Do you get that?
Yes, that makes sense.
Cool. So, like you were saying earlier, what were you saying there, Joe? I couldn't make it out. It's a bit windy.
You're muted. Mike.
My boss already.
Yeah, I can't make you out, Joe. Sorry.
I'm
Is
so
anybody
sorry.
else here?
Sorry, I'm at work right now. I'm trying to talk to my foreman.
Oh yeah.
But and I respect that. But I just want to bring up some of the things that I feel like we all take for granted. And one of those things is we were talking about modern high-tech society, like solutions, but there is no high-tech society with a zero impact to the world. You know, we embrace the technological solution without accounting for the massive industrial backbone required to build these and power them. We're simply just choosing an environmental destruction that we're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And some things I'd like to point out would be, high tech isn't weightless. It has a physical footprint. Things like our power grids and utilities, data centers that we use for AI that's becoming so big. I mean, these centers, guys, take up millions of gallons of water.
Yeah.
People report about how still like animal births haven't happened around Texas data centers.
So Joe,
upwards of 3 years.
can I just mention, like, do you know how much water goes in, like, for one single patty of cow flesh of beef?
Right. And it's like millions of gallons or something, right?
It's a massive amount, and so, like, when we look at the impact of animal agriculture, like, the scale is incredible. 93 billion land animals are bred into existence every year. It's probably 100 billion. And then also they're factory farming fish. They're feeding soy and bones to fish. And so they're chopping down rainforests just to feed soy and to cows and chickens and fish. It's kind of backwards. So there's a website called Our World in Data, and it shows the impact on habitat use. And like it's awful. It's terrible for calorie conversion. But veganism isn't about perfectionism, right? So, like, for example, we understand, like, driving a car is going to have some risk. Like, we've decided as a society, we know that that's going to have a risk. So what we're saying is, like, if we could move to a world where veganic farming was the norm, where precision fermentation was the norm, where vertical farming was the norm, then we could dramatically reduce our impact on the world, and of course, most importantly, what we're doing to the animals.
Well, and I can respect that aspect, and I would just have to agree to disagree on that. And some of the things are don't you guys take supplements?
So B12, but there's been studies showing even more recently that vegans actually have better knowledge base on what they need to take, and also if you look at the studies as well, better health outcome data. So right, so we're here more to talk about.
If you're a healthy one, right?
Yeah.
You yes or no? Like, do you guys take like little capsule supplements, like B12, fish oils? I personally don't.
No, you don't have
don't
to.
know. I mean,
So some people will. Some people will. So again, most supplements actually are given to the animals that people eat in order to fortify foods and stuff like that, or what they call foods. Yeah. So it's not like that. It's society as a whole that's lacking in some of these nutrients, likely, but most supplements, most drugs, most antibiotics will go to the animals that are consumed.
I see.
Yeah.
If you can,
Thank you guys for your time. I appreciate being able to talk.
If you can plan your diet really well and really stick to it, there's ways that you can get all your nutrients through fortified foods and like different strategies. But like track your nutrition, right? Get your blood tested, track your nutrition, track what you're eating. If you're deficient in anything or on the low end on anything, then probably just take a supplement. But it depends on the individual. If you're vegan, it's not 100% required that you have to take supplements. So it depends. I probably cut out. I probably couldn't even hear me. Oh, he's gone. Okay. Am I cutting out on TikTok again, like I was the other day?
I don't know. I mean, I thought he was here, and I think he heard what you said, but maybe not.
We don't have any more guests. If you guys want to come right up. Put your request in now, and you can come right up. What's up, Vegan Heretic? Let's see if there's other people in here. What's up, Leo? What's up, Matthew? Dash and Grandpa, Sappy Coops, Vegan Peace. What's up, Ian? Sounds fake. Awoken. Appreciate all you guys being here. Hit the like. We are almost at 30,000 likes. Oh, we just got 30,000 likes. Who's that? I don't know who that is, but it wants me to invite them up here. Come up, new viewer, and talk about animals. Yeah, I absolutely hate the character limit as well. I can never say everything I need to say within like so little characters. I always have to like split it up into 2 messages. Trash, do you want to come up? You can tell a story. You can just come up and like say it to everybody. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I can't invite you. You have to request. Smash the hearts. We got 31 likes on over here on YouTube. We have almost 31,000 likes over here. So almost 31 and 31. That's now we hit 31. There we go. Now TikTok has more likes. Raven got kicked from TikTok. Oh no. What did you do? TikTok's funny. It gave me a violation the other day for not being on the screen, and I was literally on the screen like the whole time. I don't know, it was kind of weird. I appealed it and I won.
By the way, I should mention, so a lot of the times people do report you for no reason whatsoever. So I always go and dispute the reporting. Every single one, and every single one has always been overturned. Yeah. So I'm not sure if they keep a tally of that and if there's a certain amount that they get to, but just keep that in mind.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So you wanted to tell a story?
Okay, so I'll make it quick or try to. Yeah. So I heard, I don't know which one of y'all said it, about going on the floor to a slaughterhouse.
That might have been
a few years ago. This was like, I want to say 3 years ago at this point, maybe. I went to one. I made the unfortunate mistake of going to one. A local one, actually. Well, not local anymore, because I've moved. And they had, like, a bunch of goats to a point where they couldn't even really, like, move, I would say. Like, they were able to move, but not, like, super well. In this big pen, they had them, and there was this one goat. I named him as well. I didn't buy him, by the way. I want to make that very clear. I did not buy him. And if I did buy him, it was going to be alive. But they wouldn't let me take him. That's actually where this story comes into play. So this one goat was, I named him Toyota, and I was petting all the goats at the place, and he kept, like, there was a bunch in this, and he kept making his way to everybody else and running to me. At this time, I was like, we were living with my fiance's parents, and I was like, I really want to take him home as, like, a pet. And he's like, where are we going to keep him? We're living with my parents. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure we could find a place. And he called his friend, and his friend said, yeah, he'll take the goat for us and, you know, keep him on his land as a pet. So I went in and asked if I could, you know, buy him and take him home. And they unfortunately said no. And that was I don't want to say it was the worst day of my life, considering how much bad stuff I've had happen. but I would definitely say it was one of the top 10 worst days of my life.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. I think I cried for like 5 hours that day. And I was even willing to offer what everybody says is like, everybody tells me it was like, because I offered them, I had $1,500 in my bank account, and that's what I offered to give them for him.
Yeah, in a lot of cases, they won't allow that to happen. Even.
Yeah, they flat out told me no.
Yeah. You're giving me some flashbacks, Trash. I worked in the industry myself.
Oh, yeah,
When you talk about looking to you, so I was doing an investigation. We wanted to expose, it's called hybrid turkeys. And they have, I think they produce 60% of the global market, 90% in Canada, and I was going in there every day replacing cameras. And just seeing them, they look towards you, and they live in this dark place that, you know, they'll never be outside, and it's like there's so many of them. Been like, even like when you're at a slaughterhouse, and you know they're still looking to you because they still think in some way that you have their best interests in mind. And
I want to, because it was like I said, this was years ago, and still, unfortunately, like me and Jake were saying about, I'm still not 100% like just plant-based, mostly because I don't get my pay until later into the month.
But your mindset there, though, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't get the pay until later into a month. So unfortunately, it's a kind of a losing situation currently.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I've been told, and I kind of tell it when I do talks and stuff, is that the past is the past, and we have to just start from today. You know, there's nothing we can do. Those animals aren't suffering in the past. Anymore.
Exactly.
So we just work with what we have today and move forward, and also maybe as a homage, or maybe because we're so ridiculous to animals, maybe we should be fighting for them and speaking up about our experiences. Your story's powerful. Like I can feel my the goosebumps on my arms, you know. And we're all relatable to somebody, Trash. Like we need an army of people, and we need different types of people that can relate to other people.
Yeah.
Like I can relate to some people, but obviously some people won't listen to me. You can relate, Jake can relate, Spirit, you know, TV. We can all relate, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just, you know, I encourage you. That's all. You know, no pressure, but yeah, it takes a lot of courage to come on here and talk and tell people your story, and I really appreciate that.
Of course. Yeah, and then someone said, but if you buy one, another will take their place. Unfortunately, yeah. Unfortunately. I mean, I wish that weren't the case, but yeah. Hazel, where are you parking at? All right, I'm gonna hop down. Thank y'all for having me up. I'm very shy, so I'm not sure what else to say.
Thanks for coming up.
No, that's great.
Of course. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Trash. Appreciate it.
Of course.
Zap Trader, I'm not sure what you mean. So a lot of people will adopt animals, and we've caused a lot of problems that way. It's a noble thing to help these animals find home, or to take them on and take care of them. We've created these issues. We should be responsible for them. That's okay, Trash. The doggos have a lot to say sometimes, you know? So guys, just so you know, Jake's like got a channel membership available. Jake's trying to become a full-time vegan animal rights. He already is, but come on. He's got dogs he's got to worry about. Support this man. He's on here every day. He's busting it out for the animals. Just saying.
Thanks, 40. Yeah. We're doing a march later this year in September. A march against animal testing. It's called March Against Animal Testing. And we're doing like a fundraiser right now for that too. So you can any of the gifts that I'm getting, like that was awesome. The hand heart. Any of the gifts on either platform, that's going to go towards nonprofit. I have a nonprofit that's set up. It's fiscally sponsored by Thrive Philanthropy. I don't know if I have the link on my TikTok yet. I need to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok to put links in. But yeah, if you go over to my YouTube, you can find the links to donate to the nonprofit. That's going towards the march right now. I'm trying to get everything together for that. And yeah, check that out. March to abolish animal testing. That's one of the next big event that's coming up that we're going to be a part of. And yeah.
My other question I forgot to ask was, do y'all know of like any, I guess it would be stores, yeah, it'd be like a store, like that I wouldn't have to order online when I get paid. I guess it would be ethical, like, I don't know if they're mice or rats that my apartment building has.
You want to catch them and like relocate them? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or get something to like keep them away. So I was talking about that earlier. I have a problem with mice in my house too. So I have these things that you plug into an outlet, and it emits like a certain frequency that's supposed to keep smaller bugs away. There's a setting that supposed to work for mice, but you can kind of hear it. It's kind of loud. So you can turn it on that setting when you're like not in the room or like not home. You can turn it up more. But I have a trap over here. I showed you. They're like catch and release little mouse traps. Got one right here. So I got these. You put like a treat in the back, and they go inside and closes them up in there. And then I take them and I release them outside of town. There's a little spot little wooded area with a little stream. So yeah, that's what I would recommend getting some of these, and you can catch them and release them. They're pretty cheap.
Okay.
They're like $4 or $5 a piece.
Do you know what store has them by chance?
I got these off of Amazon. I'm not sure if you can
like a Home Depot or something like that, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have them there or not, but you can probably look it up online.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause I mean, I tried looking at briefly, but all of them want me to put like card info in, which I'm really weird about putting card info in.
Yeah,
places.
Just
Trash, I was gonna say also there's some YouTube tutorial videos on how you can make your own device, which is what you have at home usually.
Yeah, you can use like a bucket if you have like a 5-gallon bucket or something like that, and like make little steps, and put something inside that the mice will want. And they go up the steps and they'll jump into the bucket, and then they can't jump out. So then you can use something like that, and then take them somewhere and release them.
Yeah, because we told the maintenance about it, but they just they want to put glue traps up, and I'm like, I don't want them to go in glue traps and then
I use
basically starve to death.
I use glue traps. Those are the worst things.
so good. Yeah, it's.
Those things should be illegal. Those things are horrific. I don't, and it takes men to think of shit like this.
Yeah, because then all they do is just starve to.
Women can be horrible too. I don't like when people say things like that. It's not all men, so don't say shit like that.
And I'm like, I wouldn't want to starve to death. Why should they have to starve to
Yeah,
death?
we did a number of events. We went into this store, and we would wait till we got kicked out or something. But it's horrible. It's horrific. It's not necessary, and humans generally just go to, oh, why don't we unalive them, rather than think of other ways of respecting animals. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous. Like, I agree with them being in my home? No, but also at the same time, they're probably just looking for food or something else of that matter, and I can't blame them for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can't blame them for being hungry. And there was a lot of stuff that we weren't told about when we moved here, unfortunately. I wish we were, but yeah, I can't think of any more questions right now. At the moment.
Good. All good, Trash. Thanks for coming up again.
Of course, thank you.
Hopefully we'll be sticking around and we'll see you some more.
Yes, for sure.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
See you later, Two Spirit. Thanks for coming up and helping. Appreciate it. I'm only going to be here for a little while longer. Looks like the viewers dropped down a little bit. We have no more guest requests. If you want to come up, request, you can come right up. I see CJ's here. Do you want to come up, CJ? Tell me how things have been going. I'll invite you up.
Yeah, Jake, I was going to say, when I got my first, what was it, 1,000 on TikTok. I went and I followed like 100 and something a day. I think it was 120 a day. Other vegans. So go to someone that you know that has a lot of vegan friends. They'll follow you back. So there's a limit on what you can do a day, but if you want to get the numbers up there fairly quickly.
Yeah, I have been doing that, going around and following a bunch of other people. So yeah, it's definitely helped. I didn't know there was a limit though. I haven't been following that many people, so I'll have to go around and do that. See if I can bump it up. But we've gotten over like 200 followers within like the first week here, so
awesome.
It's nice. It's growing pretty quickly. What's up, Martin? What's up, Fly? Lewis, PJ, Jason's here. A bunch of awesome vegans. Vegan Christianity. Nice. Men, no. Ben's back. All right, CJ, you're up. You can, sorry, unmute. You have to unmute. Tell us that you're vegan now. Waiting. CJ, can you hear me? Maybe I'm cutting out, I don't know.
Or he might just have you on the background.
Did you see what I typed in the comments to you? It's in the middle of something real quick. I can hear you. Just give me a quick note, please.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't see your comment. Sorry. We can wait a minute. We don't have any other guest requests up, so.
Richard, is this how you talk at home? Why don't you come up, Richard? I always wonder, like, why grown adults talk like that. Like, they say things like, I love yummy, whatever. Weird.
It is very weird.
Like, what? Richard, come up and have an adult conversation. It's okay. You can do it. Or you can get booted. That's funny. And then Free Guy said the same thing. I love animals. They're tasty. Who says that? Like, if you wrote that on a t-shirt and you walk down the street, people would look at you like, hey, CJ.
Sorry about that. It's a crazy day at the Wilder Farm today. Oh,
no worries.
I had my oldest rooster passed last night.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Hey,
I was at
lived out his entire life, like most of the animals that I have here.
I was at a sanctuary on Sunday, and I think there's 8 roosters, or no more, 13, I think. And there was like a miniature one. He had longer wings. I can't remember the breed, but someone had wanted them as a pet. They didn't realize, but this little guy is like I call him a chihuahua, because he just has no fear of the other roosters. Like, he goes after them. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah, Ben was definitely the type that he didn't want to wear shorts around. That was for sure. He was feisty.
Yeah.
But then most of the Reds are, you know.
Yeah.
But and no, I am most certainly not vegan. I am 100% against production farms and grocery stores, especially places like Walmart and stuff like that there. That's why I'm self-sustaining. And
I do the self-sustaining on the site. That's what I never get an opportunity to actually speak on that, because usually when I mention that I'm a self-sustainer and I have animals, and yes, I do eat those animals, I'm never given the opportunity to be like, well, now hold on, you know. All of my animals live their lives out. If they're not taken out by some of the natural predators around here, like I got fox and coyote around here. I think I might even have a bobcat around here. I haven't been able to find its den, but I set out traps with bobcat bait, but haven't gotten anything. But I think I've got one. Most of the way you can live in harmony with animals, and they can live out their lives, and you can still consume them, rather than, you know, especially if you get them when they naturally pass, or if you get them after they've been assaulted or they become lame or something. You don't want that to go to waste. You don't want that to, you know, if you are meat like I am, you know, you strike while the iron is hot before the meat goes bad, obviously. But if it goes bad, well then you repurpose it.
Am I cutting out, or did somebody kick him?
You'd agree you can live vegan, all right?
I agree that people have made it possible.
Yeah. So would it ever be a future you'd consider?
If I did not have my flock, and if I did not have what I have been doing for most of my life, I'm 47 years old. You know,
we're very
there have been seasons where I was down to like my last roast or my last chicken, and had to stretch it out as far as I could. And yeah, ate more vegetables than meat. You know, it's possible.
My background is like I worked in agriculture, so I'm pretty similar to your age. I was a federal agriculture inspector. I worked in slaughterhouses. My entire family grew up around that environment. And yeah, and 12 years ago, I heard, well, I didn't hear, but I saw some things that I just couldn't sit with, and I decided, well, I'm going to stop eating animals. Then a little bit after that, I heard about veganism, and I was like, well, I guess that's what I am, but I didn't realize it was more about animal rights and sticking up and fighting for them, essentially. And so there was a bit of a learning curve. It took me a bit of a time to actually work up the courage to talk to people in the streets, and it's just because of what I saw. And so there's one word that always sticks with me. It's necessity. And necessary, then I think it's really like we have to set the bar so high, because at the end of the day, like none of those animals want to be taken, right? They don't want to. And you know, these sanctuaries are such a great example of extraordinary change, but and they're going in the face against other farmers. Some of them were farmers. Like I'm not sure if you heard of Rowdy Girl Sanctuary. Renee, down in a Texas rancher, her husband, they became a sanctuary. They started a ranchers advocacy program. And in fact, actually, I was one of the groups I work with. We were actually going to be outreaching farmers. We were going to see if we could get them to consider alternative farming or becoming a sanctuary with the alternative farming, because there's a lot of people that will invest in sanctuaries. A lot of people will say, hey, like, you know, we really appreciate that this person changed, and then we can show, you know, that these are individuals. And obviously farmers have a lot of times more intimate relationships with these animals, for better or what I say for worse sometimes, or most times, all the time. And so, yeah, I think it's just at some point, like, you just got to look at the individual and say, hey, if I was in their position, would I want to have my life taken, no matter how I was treated, or if I lived a long life? Why is someone like using me and viewing me that way? So I don't know. I thought I would just bring that up because it's a relatable industry that we worked in, and maybe two different paths that we've taken, but we're similar in age. And it was only 12 years ago that I made a change, and I think it sounds like with, you lost a rooster, it sounds like that bothers you, and maybe that's something you can look into changing yourself.
Well, yeah, I had Ben since he was a chick.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna let it go to waste. I ain't gonna let him go to waste, That I ain't gonna let his life go to waste. He spent a long time here. He spent his whole life here.
Do you think that, wouldn't, if it was your dog, wouldn't you want to bury them rather than eat them? Do you know,
Do what now?
Well, you would have considered them family, no?
No, they're animals. So, my family are my two sons, my one biological daughter, my two stepdaughters, and my wife.
Yeah.
That's my family.
So
I'm not a fur baby parent. I don't get on board with that shit.
So can I ask, at what age did you?
Sorry, I keep cutting out.
Yeah. How'd you get into
29 years. 2006. I took over the family farm.
Yeah. And when was the first time you saw an animal's life being taken?
When I was 5.
Yeah. Do you remember it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you remember how it made you feel?
I was laughing, which is kind of bad.
Yeah. Do you think that was just a reaction?
It totally was, because my dad chopped the head off the chicken and it flew straight up in the air, and then it ran around in a circle and then tipped over.
Yeah. So you remember it vividly though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I've been told, and there might be some data to show, once we see something like that, it just starts to become normal. And we generally will move from maybe an empathetic way to maybe more apathy towards the animals. So, and even ways that
empathy.
Yeah. So we'll move from
apathy is the opposite of that.
No, but we'll move from empathy to apathy, and then some people take it to the next level, right? But I would argue most people probably are in the apathetic stage, where they've seen it happen so often that it just doesn't faze them, but they do have to shut themselves off emotionally, right?
Hold on a second. This kind of treatment that I'm getting right now is exactly why not a lot of people take you guys seriously.
Am I treating you in a certain way?
No, it's the treatment from your followers. Somebody made a comment that Dad 100% touched it. Yeah. You don't know shit about my father. You don't know shit about my life. You keep it out of your mouth, little toad.
Don't treat all vegans the same way because of what one person said, and don't take it out on the animals either.
I don't take anything out on the animals. Why do you think I'm taking things out on animals?
For myself, I've had people send me videos of them executing animals because of me doing advocacy. So, yeah, I'm not saying that you would, but
I
I'm
don't
just saying.
do stuff like that. You guys can live however you want to live. Okay? You guys have made it work for you. I have made the way that I live work for me.
You're
That's
forgetting
it.
your victims.
I mean, that's really it. And here's the reason why I live the way that I live. That, you know, I don't like production farms. I think production farms should be banned. And I'm really glad that there are a lot of vegan movements that are halting production farms. They're slowing them down. They might not be 100% removing them, but you guys are working on it. And I got your back on that. Whenever there's a production farm going to be coming into my county or township, I vote against it.
So, but I don't think that's the idea, right? I think it's just the idea of how we view the animals in general, though. No? Like,
cool.
What? But
You seem to think that I don't view the animals the same way that you do.
Well, no, but why view them as commodities? Like, why not give them that?
I don't look at them as commodities.
But you're using them as commodities, right?
I don't use them as what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do when the animal is already dead or dying?
This isn't really the case, though. You know, like you're still going to be like, it's not like people are eating animals that are dying of disease or this just doesn't equate. Like you would have to pay for more food for them to live. Like, you know, a lot of people will say this, but I'm an ex-inspector. I know exactly what happens in a lot of these places. And so what I'm saying
work
is,
in a lot of those places that you inspected. I know too. That's why I'm against production farms. That's why I'm against a lot of it. That's why I'm a self-sustainer. I raise my own food. I grow my own food.
so why don't you just raise crops and leave the animals alone?
Because that's not what my diet consists of.
We can help you with the diet part.
I don't want your help. I want you to have the same respect that I have for you, which is you're over there being vegan. I'm over here being a self-sustainer. We can agree on some points. We can disagree on other points.
But
you have no right. Hold on. You have as much right to tell me how to live as I have the right to tell you how to live.
But the only issue here, CJ,
but no.
The only issue here is the animal doesn't have a say at the table. They don't have somebody advocating for them, right?
There's nobody that needs to advocate for my flock. My flock live out their lives before they are processed and put into storage for me to consume later.
But that's arbitrary. That's you deciding that, right? Play God on their life. I'm just saying, it's something to consider.
Don't play God. I don't know where you think that I am playing God.
Well, you're breeding them into existence, and you're deciding when they're going to die.
That's what nature would do. Okay.
That's not what nature
And no, I don't
would do.
decide when they're going to die. That's what nature does. So again, you're making assumptions.
No, but you're breeding them into existence. You don't have to do that.
If you let a rooster out and a hen out and just have whatever, they're going to do what nature does. If she's getting ready to lay eggs, he's going to hit her with the freaking koi kill.
The thing is, we've taken these animals out of their natural habitat, and we've expanded that by billions of animals, right? Mm-hmm. These animals aren't anything like they were in nature or anything like that. We've selectively bred them to produce more, to have more offspring, right?
How old do your animals live?
Free range.
How old?
They're not kept in cages.
How old are they when they're killed? Like they don't die naturally, right? And then you eat them.
You mean when they yes, they do die naturally. This is some of the things that you didn't let me talk about last time.
I'm asking you right now.
You guys immediately jumped down my throat saying that I'm an exploiter and a murderer and all this other stuff.
So do you like go around and pick up roadkill and eat that?
I just lost Ben last night. Remember me telling you about Ben?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ben
I'm sorry
died
about
last night, actually. I found him this morning when I was walking my rounds. And then I had to work really quick to process him so that he didn't go to waste. And he will live on in our memories.
In your
And
stomach.
he will sustain us. It's far different from other people.
How old was Ben?
You guys don't want to accept that because it doesn't. Ben was 10. Some of the Reds, they lived to make it to 12. Ben didn't make it to 12. He made it to 10.
So you don't ever tell them yourself.
Look up the breed.
I'm kind of curious though. Why do you see them so differently than humans? Like, what's the relevant difference?
Because they're not okay.
But what's the relevant difference?
Ben was his chicken.
Drive a car. I'm just saying, what's the relevant difference? I would argue that we have more in similarities than we do differences. Like we want to live, we have families, we just have our own individual personalities. Like,
okay, I had Ben for 10 years and never once was Ben inside of my house. He was always outside where he belonged as an animal. I was always inside where I belonged in a house because I'm a human.
Well, I've heard some argue that
You're an animal.
Build houses.
Wait, CJ, you are an animal though. You're a human animal.
Well, it depends upon who you ask.
Some humans can't build a house, though. That's a bad argument. Right?
Pretty much all of your guys, generations before us couldn't build a freaking shoebox. You guys are dumber than a box of shit. Sorry, not you guys. You know what I mean, like the younger generation.
I'm younger than you. I can build a house. I've built giant buildings. That's funny. Let's see. I think we have some other guests. So.
All right, sorry about that.
We got somebody else that wants to come up, so we're gonna move on. But CJ, come back another time. Like you're interesting. You're not like everybody else, so I don't mind talking to you from time to time. I just wish you would.
Yeah, no, I got respect for you guys, and the thing is, believe it or not, before you bring this other person up, believe it or not, I appreciate vegans. I appreciate you guys because you're the passion that is necessary to make things better where they can be made better. You know,
right.
So there's that. But don't sit there and look at a person like me and just immediately start pointing the crooked finger. At least hear me out. I
would hear you out if I could hear you. Come back.
I feel like one day CJ's gonna have a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Full of animals, and he's going to be vegan.
Kind of way I do.
He's going to be an activist. It's just going to happen.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. You'll get there, CJ.
Right,
Just
anyway,
keep improving.
Have a good one, guys.
You too. Keep making better decisions. You'll get there. One day it'll just click in his head and be like, you know, maybe I shouldn't eat these animals after they die. I don't know if I believe him about not ever killing an animal, though.
It's a weird thing that people want to designate people or other beings with purpose. Like, well, I would argue, you know, hens and chickens, they are people. They're just different people, right? But it is a strange thing. We don't have to designate others. And I can get that, like, society has shaped our view on others, right? Like, to say we have, like, this is how animals are treated. The name animal implies, you know, that they should be treated in a certain way, but why? Does anybody just stop to question why?
Yeah. Yeah, seriously. People feel uncomfortable when they once they start thinking too much, they feel like they should probably change, and it makes them uncomfortable. So then they look for reasons to not change and try to self-soothe themselves.
Yeah, like a lot of people will come on here and they'll say that they don't hate animals, and like you said, they self-soothe themselves. It's almost like they're going to confession, and so they're just saying how much they believe in what they believe, and then they can walk away just feeling the same way that they have always been, just treating others the way they continue to treat them.
Yep. All right, well, the other guests did not come up. I guess they left. So, last chance. If anybody wants to come up, we can do one more quick conversation. Otherwise, I'm gonna end for now. I have some stuff I gotta do. Maybe I'll come back later. I don't know. I'm not sure. I might have time later to do like an hour or something like that. Tomorrow I'll be back in Gettysburg again. I have some stuff I got to do. Maybe I'll do a stream like this in Gettysburg while I'm doing some other stuff. I don't know. Like I did the other day. Hopefully I'll have time to go do some street outreach. So maybe I'll just try to get my work done really quick and then go do some street outreach. I can stream street outreach on both accounts, both platforms. Yes, I'm in South Central PA. Somebody over here says, I hate you, not animals. We love eating animals.
Oh, you made it when?
I'll drink your blood. Whoa. That's a weird comment. We have some vampires in the chat.
Wallaby.
Yeah.
Wallaby, a big baby. Look out. Guy wants vegan blood.
Yeah, that's weird.
Aw. Lame as
Chip's on TikTok now? You mean like right now, or like he was on earlier? I don't know if he's on now, right? Thanks for all the likes. We got about 55,000 likes, and we got 35 likes over here.
Wallaby, go touch some grass and maybe get a hug from.
I think TikTok cut out again. I think people are saying Chip's live right now on TikTok. Is he? Everybody can go over to Chip's live. If he is, I did not get a notification. I don't know if he is or just not getting notifications.
I see it.
He's live now.
Yeah, he is live.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we're not getting any other guests. I gotta go. Everybody go over to Chip's. That Chip guy. Thanks a lot, 40. Yeah, that Chip guy on
absolutely.
TikTok.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks a lot, 40. Appreciate it. I'm not sure why my TikTok has been cutting out a little bit today, like it was the other day. So I'm gonna try to see if I can fix that again. Yeah, weird, because I didn't cut out at all on YouTube, right? It's just TikTok. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it's my phone specifically, but I don't know. I thought maybe my storage was full, so I cleared out a whole bunch of stuff. It should definitely not be full again. So I don't know if that was affecting it. It's just TikTok being weird. Appreciate you guys. Is Chip also on YouTube? Is he like dual streaming it? Or I would think probably, right? So go follow that Chip guy on YouTube and TikTok. Whatever you're on. I'll see you guys over there. Yeah, he's on both. Green hearts. Spam green hearts. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Maybe I'll be back this evening for like an hour. So maybe I'll see you later. Peace.